and
I click go live. Why aren't we live?
and he's Scott Galloway. He's
This
the
thing
owner.
always confuses me.
Hi, how
Top
are you?
chat,
Good.
live
All right.
chat.
So now the premise of this podcast.
Okay, now we are live. It should be live. Okay,
Our
good.
insecurities are emotional blocks.
Mhm.
Now
We're gonna
Okay,
need
good.
a bigger boat.
Right.
How long can we go here?
well, you didn't. Sometimes people will.
Oh
say,
man, right. Same as before.
I don't
Volume
think
up
you
so I
need
can actually hear what we're talking about. Okay,
to
good. Same as before. We're looking for humidifiers. So we're gonna go
how you are raised.
here because Buried City is full of sand, and if I think humidifier, I think sand and dryness.
Immigrant mother, lived in
So let's do that.
Light of my life, only child. I can't.
Really connected to her.
Oh yeah, skipping to the emotional trauma stuff. I consider myself as a middle-aged man who's still not over the death of his mother. I've had businesses fail. I've been divorced, and hands down, the thing that set me back and kind of put me in a position of semi-paralysis where I just wasn't moving on was the loss of my mother. But I consider myself, in terms of I consider myself a product of big government. I got assisted lunch. I got Pell Grants. I got into UCLA when it had a 74% admissions rate. I was rejected the first time. I was one of the 26% that didn't get in.
I've never heard. I didn't realize that.
And then I applied again.
3 and okay.
Admissions rate will be 9%. I came up professionally. Middle class households finance this thing called DARPA and the internet, and
DARPA.
built my companies. So I feel as if a lot.
Why is it only giving me? Why is it only giving me 18?
I'm not humble. I think I'm a monster. I'm talented.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not working, but the life I get to lead is because of the smartest decision I ever made was being born in California in the '60s, a white heterosexual male, where
Yeah, that was a good decision, boss.
prosperity was crammed into 1/3 of the population that looked, smelled, and felt like me. But the irrational passion of my mother for my well-being,
Right, good. That's better.
the vision of the University of California and the Regents, and incredible technology. And,
Nice. Good.
great people gave me a life that is, remarkable. Now I live in London. One of my
Right.
friends is
Okay.
public,
So
and I thought
that is for humidifiers. We're ready. Let's go.
trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Let's go.
So I moved to New York and joined the faculty of NYU 23 years ago. Of course, the dot-com implosion happened.
Lunchtime, a few days before Christmas. I'm expecting 0 views, by the way. Absolutely 0 views. I'm just doing this live because I have time and because, well, I have time.
What did it feel like when the companies?
So let's get this thing done, shall we?
Gradually and then all at once. Like when you were like, I'm set for life. I'm nowhere near set for life. Like how long was that period?
Well, I've been rich 3 times, which means I've lost it twice. And I was
Jesus.
fortunate enough to reinvent myself and get economic security. Yeah, when you came, I don't know how much you remember about the internet and saying I was in the trenches in the 90s, but it was go all in, borrow against the stock to buy more stock. It was very much like, and I was egocentric enough to think if I throw myself 110% at anything, there's no way it won't be successful. And one of the first lessons I would tell people is that the market is bigger than individual performance. And if things don't work out, a lot of that is not your fault. And also, if you're really successful, a lot of that is not your fault either. There's just forces that are bigger than you, no matter
Okay,
how
one sec. I need to just turn this down a little bit.
And so, the thing that would probably epitomize
Right
the
there.
low moment for
Like,
me
I want to be able to hear it,
in person was in 08.
but I don't want it to, like,
thought, "I've done it."
drown out everything else I'm hearing. So, okay.
The total
Houses.
cliché of a douchebag living in New York, jets,
There.
and then 08
Let's go to the Santa Maria houses.
Santa Maria houses. Okay, that far away.
Anyways,
What-
see you about.
That's 150. You got to have 150 million dollars for the Jets.
Well, on paper, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's interesting. That's exactly the right number. You're clearly looking at Jets.
No,
and
I
thinking about it.
never look. No. I've never looked at Jets because I know no matter how much.
There's
money
Sebastian.
I ever have, I would
Oh,
never
goody.
think about getting a jet. Here's what I don't like about private jets.
Yeah,
I've been on less than 10 of them.
Yeah.
I never sponsored it.
yeah.
I don't like the how much you have to socialize with the people that are on the jet with you.
Ah!
Well, okay.
No, but for me, my dad, one of my fondest memories of my father living in Laguna, he used to take me to Orange County, which is now John Wayne Airport. This was back
Am I in here?
basically a restaurant on a runway. was no security back
Okay,
then.
cool, I'm in.
We used to
Right.
watch planes take off. He'd put his hands over my ears, and I could go, that's a 727. That's a
Deflated
decent
football?
amount.
Nope.
No, still instinctively when I hear a plane look up, then I can identify it.
Autism.
There you go. But for a lot of reasons, the success, the utility, I've just always been fascinated by planes, and so I've always wanted to own
Yeah.
one. But the thing I was going to say that kind of epitomized
Hey there, how are you? Merry Christmas.
when the great financial recession hit, I went from being worth a lot of money to less than zero, because I was that guy that still hadn't diversified, had all tech stocks, and borrowed a little bit on margin. And it all happened about the time my son got before judgment to come marching out of my partner. And the first thing I felt when I saw my son for the first time was not angels singing and bright lights and church music. It was fear and shame. Because
Shame.
well, I think I have very strong, like most men, paternal.
Have you seen a humidifier around here?
At that moment,
I said no, huh?
was to take care of this child. And going from being economically secure to being very much economically insecure, and thinking it's one thing to fuck up for yourself. It's another thing when you.
I need to be behind. I need to be in there.
First thing I
Right?
I'm so nauseous. And
No.
upset, and that's a terrible story. You know, I had to sit down. They were more worried about me than
Okay, I'm
myself.
definitely in the right buildings.
And it wasn't because I was nauseous, but because I just all of a sudden I thought, how could I have screwed up this child? And now I've screwed up for the entire family. And that's probably a little dramatic. I struggle with anger and depression, so bad was happening.
Is there nothing in here?
But I remember thinking,
I mean, for real, is there nothing in here?
because yeah, 08 was very.
I mean, alright, there's no... Jesus. This place is empty. Like, empty.
But yeah,
And you could have just diversified not in tech and okay.
could have. Yeah, I wish we'd had this podcast in 07.
Oh no, but it is just such as it was just like, oh, just put like
A little bit here?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess what, we're going next door?
But what you're saying is incredible. I just wrote my previous book was The Algebra of Wealth, and one of the key attributes that things that people don't appreciate is just what you said, and that's diversity.
Yeah.
And the moment you have anything resembling an asset base and you're over the age of 30,
Okay, we're going here.
you need to start putting money in uncorrelated things, and everything's somewhat correlated. But now I never put more than 3% of my net worth in any one thing, and I try.
No, really, great.
Yeah. And that way, I mean,
Are there that many asset classes?
tons of different stocks.
Looking for a goddamn humidifier.
Space company, and I'm in Japanese.
There's nothing. These houses are empty. I mean, look, coming here made sense because it's a desert and you need a humidifier in a desert, right? But there's nothing in these houses.
Diversification gives you risk-free upside.
This is craziness.
But if you're young and
Okay, what's over here?
yourself as an alpha male as I did up until the age of 45, I kept going all in on things, and that works really well.
Nothing. There's a deflated football in that, for goodness sake. That's not exactly what I call good.
But the way you don't get
Down here.
diversification, yeah, it took me a long
Motherfuck.
What was the drive?
See with them, huh? Oh, goody.
So is it just scarcity, growing up, and then it just
Where's the other one? I saw three.
flats
I saw three of them.
thing, and now that's never happening again.
Yeah.
And once you, I mean, from what I know, you went to Berkeley, and then you got a job at Smith Barney or one of Barney Smith,
There.
and then you just built from there.
Come on. Come on.
I think so. Did you grow up with money?
My dad was a tax attorney,
Yeah.
but I'm the
There you go.
10?
yeah. So there was
Ah, kitchen. Good.
there was
That's... I mean, they're worth something, I guess.
and then like around
What's this?
15,
A statue? Okay, sweet.
we were able to shake everybody else.
Yeah.
Like then there was, I think there was money, but I didn't. So like
I've searched 3 houses and so far all I've found is a kettle and a statue. I'm not knocking it. I mean, it's something, but there's nothing. Oh, there's no like major shit here, you know.
My mom never made more than $40,000.
Someone's obviously been in here. Oh, it's me. Right. It's me who's been in here.
We went on to have a lower middle class lifestyle. We were never hungry.
No.
One of the worst weeks I remember.
Oh, what's that? What's this? What's this?
Losing 2 jackets.
Garlic press. Okay, just what every household needs, a garlic press.
And I just don't think people with money can really I think they can sympathize, but I don't think they can empathize with what it's
Okay.
like.
I can hear a bastion right outside.
And it felt, the way I described it, it felt as if it was a ghost following me and my mom around.
Okay, more houses. Guess what? Next door? So this one?
Everyone's going to
Did I just come from the house?
kind of shuttles you into the
No, I haven't come from the house. No.
what the money part of it is. This is the conversations. All my friends left my school to go to private school. I'm like, oh, I need to go to one of those 25 schools.
Congratulations, you get a free holdout. Well done. Bravo.
Driving school. I had to go to the cheap driving school. All the other kids went. You just, every day it feels you just feel constant reminders that you and your mom, quite frankly, have fucked up.
Fucking
according to our
absolute.
society, which is very driven on money. And I was
Skip.
my
Skip.
motivation for
Skip.
wanting to make money. I think I've worked harder than most people. Is women, and one's a good story, and one's probably less.
All right, workshop. Start over again. That's craft. That's craft.
She has just gone in.
You know what? I'm not going with a heavy.
For me.
Stitcher.
Because it's expensive to keep people in hospitals and we're uninsured, they kind of basically booted her
No
out.
more metal parts. God damn it. Right. Inventory.
She called me and said, you need to come home. I'm in
Crafting materials.
And I walked into a situation that I just didn't know how to handle.
Recycle.
And I thought, okay, we need to get a nurse. Try and get her back to
Okay.
the hospital. They wouldn't
Workshop
take her. Have to
there.
go to the county, call an ambulance. That's not an option. Need to get a nurse.
Those.
Staffing, $35 an hour. I had $700 in my checking account, so I got 20 hours of nursing. And
Them
these are things that
and a
she
pharaoh.
told her mother when she's that violently ill. And I
Play
had this feeling again
back
now,
into there.
I don't know, lack of manhood. This person who
Shields. Augment. I might go in as a team, actually, thinking about it.
the other thing is less out
On there, confirm. Right, we're going as a team. If I'm going to get shot at, I'd rather be with other people.
had a broader selection set of mates.
Gives me an extra pair of eyes. You know what I'm saying?
And so I was
A
always-
Beretta
I was
3. Come on. Can I make that?
very hard because, and then having kids really motivates you.
Beretta.
But I've always
I haven't found that. This is the weirdest thing. I found this, which I was super happy about, and I found that. Again, really good, not complaining. I found all of these, all the super heavy ones like the Jupiter, the Equalizer, and the Apion. What was it?
unless I really screw up
Aphelion? I found those. The blueprints. Really cool. What I'm missing is like the sort of in between. I have no blues and I have very few greens. You know?
impacts
It goes from low end to like fucking crazy high end and nothing in between that's useful. It leaves me in a very bizarre situation. Traders, actually. Let's see if I can get some more of these. Yes, you have them. Perfect. Thank you. Purchase that.
I do a lot as you do.
It is perfect, isn't it?
Those on social.
What's that?
Sometimes
Complex
people
gun
like it,
parts.
sometimes they don't.
Light gun parts, heavy gun parts. Oh, you know what? I need to start using these.
Sometimes they do.
Lunch is a luxury these
But
days.
God, she has a lot. They're expensive. Right, okay, forget it.
Goddamn stranger
Oh, no.
in his basement or a bot.
Play there, confirm. That, this, ammunition, 40, 100 lights.
But it takes me away from being.
I'm not going to take a key because I need it. The only thing that's annoying about being killed is I have to remake the goddamn bandages and shit again.
I was explaining to people because there was something with this Saudi Arabia.
So, 1, 2.
So, a lot of people are like,
Q, bandages, 1, 2, 3.
people.
Five.
The thing that
Thank
is-
you.
can speak to this. If you
And here. Oh, I need more of those. Right, so infantry
that's a little bit more
crafting materials. Where is it?
money.
One of those. Recycle down.
to
No,
make
actually, no, not that one. What is it?
It's like, yeah,
It is.
some new,
Have I used them all up already?
like a check.
Arc motion core. Oh, I need advanced power cells.
I didn't plan for
That's what I need. Damn it. Right, I need to find more of those.
more than the money you have. That's what I thought.
Well, I think when Hank Aaron did his 714th home run, I bet 715 still
Confirm.
You
Quick
got- yeah,
use.
You can make money and you want to make more. And also,
That's
quite frankly, the idolatry
this,
of the dollar in the U.S.
that.
The U.S. is run on money.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, maybe you don't need it. You can give it away.
Let's go.
Or give it. You can just do
Oh,
amazing things.
Merry Christmas, by the way, everyone.
Oh, and I want to before
Our
I
festive
get into
season.
virtue signaling here, I was one of the least.
They should have festive skins. I'm not being funny. You should be able to run around wearing a Christmas hat.
Auspices of getting invited to some
Like a little elf. You know what I'm saying?
people are not working. What's my scared about? Sure.
I mean, I get they've brought the winter thing in there, but you should have that option.
Plus that cycle of addiction. I hit my number, and I had a number. And then I thought, okay, now everything above that, I meet with my guys at Goldman, and they say, this is how much above that number you are this year. And I either spend it all.
Right, okay, let's see if I can get,
um,
communicate with these people. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I have a little mission I have to do, which is I have to collect humidifiers, and I'll put a marker on the map. If you want to help out, I'd be really grateful. And then I can help out with you guys if you have something you want to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I need a fucking dog collar still.
Dog collar. Okay, well, you're in luck, because you find dog collars in people's houses.
Alright, yeah.
So that's basically my target for me is get to people's homes. Just watch out, because people will try to kill you in these. Right, where the hell are we?
I don't know if you're familiar with Daniel Kahneman. He's this Israeli-American psychiatrist or psychologist. But he did a lot of work on it. And once you hit a certain level, you get no incremental happiness. And where it's taken me is, there's just no reason to be a billionaire.
Well, let's just see what's in here while we're down here. No point rushing around. Okay, there's nothing else in here. Okay, well, I'm heading up.
20th century, say above 10 million a year. Because you want a tax that's less taxing. That's the idea of a tax code. The least taxing taxes are the best. Any money above 10 million, no incremental happiness to you. But if you get an incremental,
they change the number.
well, you do as you get older, your number gets bigger. But realistically speaking, if someone makes 10 million or 15 million a year, it's not going to provide
Aren't we missing someone? Big Breezy.
3 or 4 million in tax revenue.
I was gonna say, are you trying to be friendly or what?
Food benefits. Huge incremental happiness when you take a
Are
house
you
of
like-
40 to 50,000
What?
with 10,000 in
Feel
social
about?
services.
That's okay. So, you know, we'll see.
My journey with money has taught me to believe, okay, I believe we should have much more progressive tax structure. And the reality is in the U.S. is that there's this myth that the rich don't pay their taxes. Actually,
Just trying to get down in between the in between the houses so that you get a bit of protection there. Otherwise, you're just wide out in the open.
law firm, they make
Alright.
1.2 million a year.
Watch out for the snitch.
San Francisco or a blue state in a big city,
Yeah, he's right on.
52% tax rates. But once you make the jump to light speed and you have enough money to invest in stocks or buy and sell assets, your tax rate plummets to
Someone's down in the metro.
live in Florida or Texas. So the workhorses pay a disproportionate amount of money, but the super rich,
Crumpled
the top
plastic
ones
bottle.
in America pay an average tax rate of 6%. My tax
So if you're looking for a dog collar, it's going to be in places like this.
a year, I was paying a tax rate of 40 to 45%.
Alright.
10 years, as I've started to make a lot more than that, my tax rate has plummeted below 20%. So we've decided in America, our tax policy is you get the gold medal, you get the silver, and the bronze. So I've come to believe we need massive increase in progressive tax rates for really people making a lot of money. And my self-imposed tax rate is I like to give money away. And I think of it as consumption. It makes me feel really strong and good in America.
Okay.
Stronger than American, huh?
It's the wrong word, but for billionaires, can we not assume that it makes them feel strong and having that much money, making that much money?
I got a feeling that none of these guys actually want to play in the team, which is kind of strange. But in fact, Big Breezy's dead, so
A dog collar.
I don't know many billionaires. I don't know if I know any, but the idea.
oh, you found a dog collar?
They
Yeah.
like being. They like it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like the-
Billionaire thing.
yeah, they just. Like
Where's Lakes? Where's he gone? He's like run off.
I'm Legs.
Like,
I'm
I
the one who
like
found the
seeing
dog
another
collar.
comedian and
Yeah.
being like, yeah.
Okay.
There's a shorthand here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And I think
Right, Big Breezy's officially out. So Lakes, I'm heading towards you.
they wouldn't have become millionaires if they had any if they had mild feelings about money. You know what I mean? If they had a reasonable approach to money, they never would have gotten that.
There's so many lies.
Okay, I'm in the building now.
One of the lies when you bring in really wealthy people or VCs, especially in finances, I never really thought about the money. These guys would sleep with their sisters for a nickel. They're obsessed with money. They
These people would sleep with their sisters for a nickel. Genius.
try and pretend that I'm just so talented that I couldn't help but make tens of millions of dollars. If you're not thinking about, if you're not thinking about money, you're gonna end up with zero. You got to have some financial literacy, no matter how talented you are. But you know, my basic feeling is, look, everyone will come up with reasons why they should have more and more money. Usually, it's up to us as voters to put in place people who understand. Nothing.
Nada. Niente. What the hell's this? Radio. Okay, good.
And for 90 of the last, or 70 of the last 100 years, we've had very aggressive tax rates. We've said, look, I've been interviewed a lot.
Okay, nothing in here.
Elon Musk is proposing, where if the stock goes up sevenfold at Tesla, he would make $1 trillion. And my attitude is, look, capitalism is not meant to have any limits. It's a great incentive for people to think I could be a billionaire. I think that's a good incentive. I just think if you make $1 billion, we shouldn't have a tax code that figures out a way where you don't have to pay any taxes, and that those people should have their through the 50s, 60s, 70s.
What were you looking for again?
I was looking for her humidifier.
Okay.
60, 70. At one point, it was 80%. Yeah. And then the other tax economics here, they just.
You know what? We're putting that in there. You found it, or you're full?
If your kid inherits,
Nah, I'm full, but
not 9,
I'll
it's
real
not going
quick.
to make any difference in their life. Whereas I think the government really does need that money. We're spending $7 trillion or $5 trillion on receipts. That means basically we're using your and my children's credit card.
Same place as it was before. Nothing in here.
We just,
I might have to try the dam next time, because at least in the dam someone found a humidifier. How come there's no humidifier in a desert? I mean, Jesus.
400 pages to 4,000.
Are you good?
And quite frankly, Neil, there's 3,600 incremental.
Okay, well,
Zero stuff.
okay, if we're looking to get out, we may as well get out.
Yeah, let's go.
Super wealthy don't have to pay their fair share.
Just watch out for rats.
So my listeners and viewers hear it. Is your
I move quick.
philosophy, I think it's true, about universities and education and the fact that it's, you know, a fancy bag. It's a luxury good, education.
Well, as I said earlier in the podcast, when I applied to UCLA, it was 76.
Okay, move slowly, because there's going to be rats in here.
Pretty mediocre. I had a 3.1 GPA and 1130 on the SAT.
10-7.
Same. Okay, there you go. Right there, right? And I got rejected. And then I got in. And I
Okay, well, so much for being quiet.
I wasn't going to go to college because I was going to have to live at home. Got applied to one school, didn't get
Who
in.
the fuck was shooting?
And I was installing shelves.
Down here or up there?
That got me a job
I don't know. I wasn't shooting though.
Okay, well, I got your back, so just move in. But, you know, move slow and pay attention to the corners.
But I was inside a closet all day. There's nothing wrong with vocational work, but I'd always been told I was smart and funny, and I at that time I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a pediatrician. So not getting into college was devastating.
Alright, I'm going to rush, hit the button, you watch my back, okay? Okay, find a quiet spot.
You know, is this it? Is this it? And she said, well, sir, anything you can do? I found out there was an appeal process. And so I appealed,
Oh,
and the truth has a nice ring to it. I'm installing shelving. I want to be a doctor. And I remember the day I got a phone call, and the guy from the admissions department said, you're not qualified, but you're a native son of California, and we're going to give you a shot. And then...
Okay, I think this is bullshit. It's several houses and next to nothing in it. I'm thinking I'm going to check out the dam next time round. Okay, let's go. Go.
Yeah, it was a different time. But then I got my ring again. And the generosity that they took on unremarkable young people back then inspired me.
Okay, nice. I'm thinking I'm going to try the dam battleground next. Because there was more stuff. Yeah, I had a look in the houses and I couldn't find anything. It's empty. So I'm going to try the dam next time.
Unfortunately, over the last 4 years, is now we've decided that elite schools are really for two types of people. The children...
It's crazy. It's so annoying. I've probably sold like 4 or 5 humidifiers in the time I've played this game. And just couldn't, not knowing that I'd need them. Which is annoying as F. So, I'll recycle. Yeah.
universities to
Recycle.
faster than inflation.
Sell.
Artificially constrained supply.
Right. Okay.
That's an $8 billion endowment. They let in 1,100 kids, which is what a good Starbucks serves in a day. They're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. They could let in 5,000, and they have the money, but they've decided they're a Chanel bag, not public servants. So we artificially constrain supply, which
Hey, who's able to change the map, by the way?
and especially this really has a big impact on young men. Because young men are 18 to 24 months literally less mature than their female peers because their prefrontal cortex doesn't catch up to 25. So whereas it used to be 60-40 male to female because of sexism 40 years ago, it's now 40-60. And because men drop out at a greater rate in the next 5 years, we're going to have
I'll just do that. Screw it. Damn battlegrounds.
for every one male.
Yeah.
So the solve, in my view,
Oh, hang on.
tax policy that if you have over $1 billion in endowment,
Husk Graveyard. No. Confirm. Ready. Let's go.
But we have developed this gestalt
Oh, God.
of rejectionism, of elitism. Only the best get in. And what happens when the dean of my school announces that we rejected 90% of our applicants? The faculty stand up and applaud, which I would argue is tantamount to the head of a homeless shelter bragging that he or she turned away 90% of the applicants last year. It's bullshit. So there are some people doing good work. The governor of California, wants to have 200,000 students. Purdue's doing good work. Places like the University of North Carolina, huge funding, and 83% of the kids need to come from in-state, so it's pretty easy for, it's not easy, it's easier for North Carolina kids. But on the whole, the elite schools have decided that this business is rejectionism.
It's funny when you say public service.
How you doing, guys?
We're paying for it. We're taxing it.
I know. Once you say
God damn it, I'm way far away from everything. Just a heads up, I'm looking out for a humidifier, and as best I can tell you, find them at the houses. So, if you guys are up for a bit of a trek, I'd appreciate the help. If not, no worries.
and the idea that it's exclusive and so fucking expensive is
Unfortunately, we've been our drop-off point was like the furthest away it could be.
Top 50 schools let each other know what their admissions rate are, and they raise their tuition in lockstep, exactly the same amount, which is illegal in any other industry. They restrict supply, so what ends up happening is, look, if you get into Yale, you're fine. I have kids call me, it's the #1 question I get on my show office hours, should I go to school? Where'd you get in? If they got into elite school, it's worth borrowing money. It says Yale on your forehead the rest of your life. People will think you're smarter than you are, right? Employers want you the rest of your life. But what happens is those schools, because they're in the business of scarcity and think of themselves as luxury brands, a lot of really good kids get arbed down to a tier 2 school that has the same pricing. So they end up buying a Hyundai for a Mercedes price. They end up going into a lot of debt.
Oh, cool. Anything here?
A lot of kids aren't meant for school, or they end up in professions that don't pay well. And at the age of 23,
Is that a bastion or something up there? Oh my god, it is. Right there. Right, watch out.
if you don't believe in fucking young people, one of the only forms of debt that's not discharging of bankruptcy is student loan debt.
Okay, we've got a wasp. Careful.
For 2 years through the school, decided it wasn't going to leaves with no degree. You have 80 or 100,000, and that debt's going to fall.
Great, Chris, you missed. Well done.
So yet we have businesses and rich people declare bankruptcy and get a fresh start. So we decided young people shouldn't be eligible for a fresh start. And it's an indication of a bigger problem outside of academia. And that is because we have the oldest elected Congress in the Western nation and old people have figured out a way to vote themselves more money. Slowly but surely, all of our economic policies basically tilt the economy from young people
Right, I'm heading up.
resources. The average 70-year-old is 72% wealthier than they were 40 years ago. The average person under the age of 40 is 24% less wealthy. And this is in the face of remarkable prosperity.
my worry is what it took for you to come to all this realization.
I've never been up here before.
Oh, that's interesting. I need
Somebody
data,
shooting.
but
Yeah, but I bet you have a more favorable take on data when you just checked your enrollment.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying. I'm just saying like I just think about. You know, we don't need to get bogged down in this, but how little persuasion there's been on the part of Democrats. And so when I hear you talk, I'm like, hey man.
You know what? Ignore the houses. They're too far away. Oh shit! Someone's shooting at me.
Yeah, how do you go?
well, look, we fucked this up. We can unfuck it. I mean, there's specific policies. There should be an alternative minimum tax on corporations, which are paying their lowest.
Where are they? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You see them?
Alternative minimum tax on anyone making over $1 million. You pay. It's not the tax code. It's not tax rates. It's the tax code.
I think that's him right there on the rock.
Was that behind?
Fill out your taxes, take all your taxes. If it's not at least 40%,
We're getting shot from both directions.
Yep, we are.
You're gonna pay 40%. So
Oh, there's a bastion right there. Oh goody.
The issue is that
I'm gonna close the door.
we're just scared. And so
Right, stay down. Avoid the doors. Avoid the windows. We're trapped. Oh. Okay, we'll have to go out this way.
Well, it's hard to ignore instinct. And when we came out of the savannah, there was a lack of
There's somebody shooting from across.
So,
Yeah, we're kind of pinned down here.
He's not aggro on us.
Well, hang on, let me think. Okay, well, let's have to basically sort of try and get down from here. So, out the door, and just any way you can get down, get down.
We can go back.
Okay, well, run, 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 run. Did you fall?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Because the Democratic senator from Arizona, Kristen Sinema, gets $700,000 from private equity.
If we go to the domes, there's some cool shit we can get there. It's a red area, so let's make a move.
Social Security flies right through.
Also gives us a bit more protection. So we're out in the open. Was it my imagination, or did I hear the Bastion die?
More than young people, old people get more money. And who doesn't vote?
I didn't hear you.
So we're going to spend more on
Wasn't paying
ICE,
attention.
and we're gonna
I can hear something walking around. Careful.
Yeah, it's a leaper.
Oh, great. Goody.
Sir, you know who you are. Guys, the holidays are here, which means it's time for comfort.
Well, at least the Leaper doesn't fire guns at you.
Even the
That's
judgy
true.
ones with gourmet holiday meals from Cook Union. Let their chefs take healthy meal prep off your plate with festive yet nutritious dishes like old-fashioned
What's this?
holiday ham, ultimate holiday turkey dinner, maple whipped sweet potatoes, and that candied yam cake. Okay.
Right, there's just moss in here.
I think there's a rocketeer outside.
Oh, goody.
Hornet, there, outside.
Hornets, some wasps. Something's close, right?
They have really ramped up the arc around here, huh?
Yeah.
Particular, but you know I swear by Cook Unity because they got
Okay, well, I'm going to head to the next building.
they got tofus, they got cashew creams. It's all good.
Bastion. Holy shit, there's two of them?
Very close to ready to eat that are legitimately good and they are great chefs. So you can see if you like a chef that you ordered before, you can see what other stuff they do. You maybe like a steak person or a chicken person or a churros grower, whatever that
This is wild. I've never seen it this crazy before.
You can enjoy culinary masterpieces for way less than restaurant and find the grocery store prices, which it's all huge variety of options and fresh ingredients to choose from. Choose from a rotating seasonal menu of over 300 meals. Again, pretty crazy.
Hey, Blue, where are you?
He went to Field Depot.
Personalized recommendations.
Ah.
Part of the field crate, yeah.
Pie bread pudding. I would eat it. Rack of lamb with red wine sauce. Wouldn't do it. Roasted turkey.
Just thinking from here, we could make a run to the residence.
And much more. Cake jar is a sweet thing that's been happening less than 15 years. Here's the call to action. This
Is that where you're needing to go?
Well, it's where I found something last time, so...
craftsmanship in every bite from the award-winning chef behind Cook Unity. Go to Cook Unity.
I have no idea if it's there. It's kind of random, but I just, humidifier, I think house.
50% off your first order. That's
Okay.
50% off your first order by using code NEAL or go to cookunity.com/NEAL. It's do it. It's really good. Hey, did you get your people some gifts for Christmas? I did pretty good. I did.
I'd say a dude in this exhibition requires the most random objects.
Got the waves and real good stuff. We got it out of the way early. Not like, mate. You know, guys, every year billions of dollars are spent on gifts that gather dust.
Okay,
But
first house.
the gift isn't something you wear or display. It's feeling your best.
Hopefully this hasn't been raided already.
Take control of their health so they can feel better, live longer, and have more time with you. Superpower is a new kind of health platform, guys. It helps you finally get answers about what's really happening inside your body. Sometimes you don't want to know, other times you do. And what to do
Thermostats.
about it. One simple lab test measures 100
Alarm clock.
biomarkers, hormones, metabolism, vitamins, minerals, thyroid, heart health, and more. You'll get a full health report and a personalized action plan built by clinicians,
Chemicals.
including nutrition, supplement, and lifestyle guidance for just $199. Every membership
Grenades.
comes beautifully packaged in a free Superpower gift box. That's a $49 value, if I do say so myself.
Yep,
Bring
it's
around
amazing value, brother.
life-changing
Even if you do say so yourself.
Okay, so what is it? It's basically you take a blood test, right? And you send it in.
Okay, the good thing is it doesn't look like this place has been raided yet.
Based on all your levels. You can do it as often as you want. You can do it every month, every couple months, whatever you want to do. Guys, here's the call to action. Give your loved ones something that actually lasts. Better health and more time with you. I like to focus on time with you. Go to superpower.com/gift.
Frying pan. Okay, we'll drop that.
With your gifted
Put
membership.
that there.
After you sign up, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Please mention this podcast, would you, to support what we're doing here. Would you do that? How do you like this?
Come on, get me a humidifier. A deflated football? No.
In the late 70s, he made movies about extraterrestrials. It's called a lens.
Okay, nothing in this house. Try the next one.
Now, there is no business left.
Okay, Orange, I'm making my way to you, bro.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about money. Talk about the book and men, and I'm also curious about your relationship with your father because it sounds like he wasn't around, and then when he was around, he got you. It's great when your dad shows up to get you a job in Ontario. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, thanks for everything. But what was that like? And did that
So ungrateful. What is with all these deflated footballs?
money and feeling like ostracized a little bit subtly? You must have developed a lot of resentment.
Just a minute.
I think I struggle with anger and depression, but I think it's chemical. I don't think I can blame it on my parents. I think it's something in
Found
the
ya.
chemistry or in the batter.
You found what, sorry? Oh, me?
My dad, he recently passed in '95. You know, American
humidifier,
came to
over here.
California. My favorite story is
Gotcha.
came here
Oh,
from
sweet. Amazing.
San Diego, 8th grade education, and he was interviewing with a candle. He was interviewing to be a salesperson for a candle company, and the HR person said, "You've got to wait here." He said, "How long have you been in the country?" 2 weeks. She's like, "You got to wait here," and she brought in.
Sweet, perfect. Yeah, get out. Amazing. That's genuinely helpful, my friend. Thank you.
He had this thick Scottish accent. And
No
she thought
problem.
that Scottish was a different language.
Okay, so we're evacuating now, huh?
My dad wasn't a very sophisticated man. Some character flaws.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. I mean, I need a few more, but, I'll have to come back for those later on. So, okay, I'm right behind you guys.
When he left my mom and I,
What else are you needing? You need a few more.
I need like 3 more of those, but I'm not gonna find them all in this round. I'll have to keep coming back a couple more times. But this is the second time I found them here, so now I know they drop here.
Which we
Sweet.
have the most of any country in the world.
And that's half the battle, quite frankly.
Same rates of college attendance, same income. It doesn't really impact.
But it's in my safe pocket, so we're good.
Male attention in the wrong places, but generally speaking, they have the same outcomes. When a boy
Want to hit the
loses a
Spro
role
real quick for
model,
circuitry boards?
disease or abandonment,
Sure.
at that moment, he becomes more likely to be incarcerated and graduate from college. It ends up
Right behind you. Watch out for Ark. I can hear something.
in the absence of a male role model, really my dad leaving and moving to Ohio, I do think it had a negative impact on me. I learned in one of the great hacks in life, and I resented him for a long time, and would go periods where I'd get angry and I wouldn't speak to him for months at a time. And then as I got older, one of the great unlocks in my life is to
Okay, cool. Let's go.
keep a scorecard. We're friends, and you're not being as good a friend to me as I am to you. You're out. An employee,
Okay, it's up.
I'm not in charge.
Yo, Blue, we're right behind you, man. Don't close it just yet.
I'm angry. You're out. Everything is a scorecard.
Okay, we're on. Oh, no. Everyone on?
Yep.
Sweet. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the help, man.
What kind of son, what kind of partner, what kind of friend, what kind of boss, what kind of investor do I want to be? And behave that way distinct to what I'm getting back. I'm not going to be a
Yes.
shed relationships all the time, but I thought I want to be a loving, generous son. I really like my dad. I get along with him. We have a lot of fun together, and I want to be a loving, generous son. And the moment I said, I'm going to put away the scorecard, and I'm just going to try and live up to that, it was an enormous.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna put the thing into the expedition, and I'm going straight back out there again.
You know, I don't know about what your dad's like.
Did he ever try to justify his exit?
You know, we didn't talk about it a whole lot. I think he realized his shortcomings as he got older. Well, did he? He left his 4th wife when she was 2 years away from dying from Parkinson's. This is not a high-character person. Cautionary tale. And when he passed 6 months ago, my sister and I decided not to have a service because we thought it would just be the 2 of us. He didn't have a single friend. So it's a cautionary tale that if you don't invest in relationships, you know, the worst thing that can happen is you die under bright lights surrounded by strangers. And my sister and I were very involved in my dad's life at the end, so that didn't happen to him. But yeah, I don't think he was a great. On one hand, he wasn't a great role model. He wasn't around a lot. But at the same time, I make an extraordinary living doing what you do, communicate. And I think a lot of that is my fault. I inherited it from my father.
Yeah.
And as my dad got older,
Okay, you good to go?
my dad couldn't stop saying, "I love you." And I used to think, the dark side of me would think, you know, I could have used that when I was 8. Now that I got a lot of people in my life that love me, it's not that helpful. But he did start to say that. And my
That guy doesn't talk, so I guess the other guy must have left.
instinctual box for men, and that is
Actually, was that true? Recent.
his father was to him.
That's the thing. It's like when you really want to process
Erected whistle.
extent of the
In-ground solo.
did better than
Nah.
he thinks he did a good job, or
Let's try off.
he could.
Do you have a good relationship with your dad?
Let's just go back in.
But and
Confirm.
I did another thing.
Yeah, let's go. Ready.
Will he cut me out?
Hopefully, we'll land close by so I can search it properly again and find it again. Oh my god.
That seems angry and small.
Yeah. And I was.
Unless you were really awful.
I wasn't awful. It was petty.
Yeah,
On his
that's what
part.
it feels like. Feels like
And,
anger. Feels
Yeah.
like anger.
So he was a very petty guy,
Yeah.
but I just stopped caring about it. I stopped using it as a shield and hustle and something. It's just boring.
It gets exhausting. You have a good
Yeah.
relationship with your mother?
Yeah. So I'm really curious as to what advice you would give to single moms in terms of, not how to keep their son out of incarceration, but is there a way to...
Please be close. Damn it, we're not close at all. Oh, we're not too far away either. Right, okay. Oh, another house here? Sweet.
Where at some point boys kind of stop taking them seriously. And I think the depth of our boys, their size, and maybe some scarcity because they're not around as much, but I think boys...
augmented grip? Sweet.
Which leads me to the recommendation: do anything you can to get men involved in that boy's life, whether it's big brothers, whether it's asking people. I think there's a lot of really good men out there in their 30s that maybe don't have a family of their own, or maybe they have and they recognize some success and they realize how important it was to have male mentorship, who are willing to spend time with a boy. And unfortunately, because of some abuse in the Catholic Church and by high-profile people,
True.
this suspicion.
Yeah, that if someone wants to kind of, help young men through life, there's something perverted by that, yeah. I get entirely where the ideas come from, and it is unfortunate.
It is so easy to add value to a boy's life. They make the stupidest decisions on their own. You just need to, well, okay, do you really need to move to Alaska right now? You got a good job in Vermont, and your parents, when your mom's sick, why do you want to move to Alaska? Like, just walk me through this decision. Right? You want to be in better shape. Can you just tell me what you ate today?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to add value to a young man. But my piece of advice for a single mom is, one, forgive yourself. It's hard. And two, try and get as many men as possible.
No. Okay.
In your son's life. And also, this is a call out to men. If we want better men, we need to be better men. There are 3 times, we're in New York right now, there are 3 times as many women applying to be big sisters as there are men applying to be big brothers. And I don't know if it's because of the fear that they'll be suspected of, quite frankly, of being pedophiles. Not true at all. Tons of men out there.
I was... so far, something to think about.
So can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, it was probably 8-9 years ago, and I was just like,
Oh, man.
The thing that volunteering, it was truly to try to overcome depression. Like, okay, I've heard volunteering's good. Let me try that.
Yeah.
And it was
Ooh, what have I found?
really rewarding.
A magic wall, huh?
And because I'm the youngest, I didn't have any younger brothers.
All right, that goes there for now.
So it was interesting to I wish the kid had been maybe a little older, but in terms of like what I could offer, was we just go see movies.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Toaster, bandages.
hard, and it was interesting, and
Has anyone ever found like a toaster in a bathroom before?
I like, you know what I mean, like
Wait, Jesus, what happened in here, huh?
in doing pro-social stuff.
Yeah.
And I like you, I'm like,
Someone's close by.
I feel like how society, where it ends up, is part of the I mean, obviously, egotistical or something, but
Nothing here.
you have to pitch. I grew up Catholic. Like, I just...
You grew up Catholic? Poor thing.
I think you probably underestimate the impact of that, because I think a lot of it is just, I think young people, if other people think they're worthwhile, they
Nothing here, huh?
worthy. And you show that kid he's worthwhile because you could be doing something else, but you decide to go to the movies with him.
Yeah, I also think life outcomes or lifestyles, access to it,
Yeah.
is huge. That was the biggest thing my brothers did for me, or one of the biggest things was like...
Last level.
I worked at a comedy club. Okay, so I'm in high school, and the people I'm dealing with, Louis C.K., Jon Stewart, Ray Romano, like, literally, they're not popular or famous, but, like, they were shortly thereafter. So it's like, oh, you can... If you go and work somewhere for free... And
Toaster. Conference. What the hell's that?
Go to NYU because I did hear about Spike Lee. Just like the cascade of effect is massive. So I think that's what if I
Toaster. How many toasters, bro?
that for younger men.
Well, that's mentoring.
Yeah.
That's and it's huge, and there's not enough of it.
Yeah.
And it's like I said,
There's a fucking abundance of toasters in this game.
physically stronger Boys are just emotionally. I mean,
Not a single goddamn humidifier.
both sexually molested, a boy and a girl. Neither crime is less heinous than the other. The boy is 10 times more likely to kill himself later in life. Boys are much more sensitive, much weaker. And
Much more fragile.
to be a general Gestalt,
Physically stronger, but emotionally weaker.
the moment a boy doesn't have a lot of male
Goggles,
methods,
chemicals.
it's easiest
Dropping
finding a
that.
single mother
Take
in a
that.
work environment and saying, "Hey, does your kid want to come to the Arsenal game? I'm living in London with my boys, with us. Does your kid want to come over and
Canister,
watch the
no.
game?" And I'm telling you, these women are very receptive to this. They get it. The people who've been most supportive of my work, I talk a lot about struggling young men, are
Okay, that's everywhere in here. Where's the next house?
and the
It's there.
kind of
Let's move to that
email
location.
or the conversation goes something like this: I have 3 kids, 2 daughters, 1 son. One daughter's at Penn, the other's in PR in Chicago. My son is 26 in the basement.
Heading down.
And vaping. I mean, there's mothers of the ones.
That sounds close. That sounds annoyingly close.
Mothers.
Half a kilometer that way.
What's going on here? They see the difference between boys and girls. And
How much stuff have I got? How much is it worth? Okay, I might just get out of here.
has a party. The boys are, they're polite,
home
they're
at
nice,
the
they're
North
adults,
Complex
they make eye
elevator.
contact. Right. They don't. Some of the girls look like they could be the junior senator from Pennsylvania.
I might get out and hope that I pop back in a better place.
They're in a different league from a maturity standpoint. And what's weird, and we don't know why, is the gulf in maturity is broadening.
Ooh,
Boys and girls.
a
Girls
prickly
are
pear, huh?
earlier, and boys' testicles are descending later. We don't know if it's pesticides of the environment. But if you have 2 17-year-old seniors in high school,
Those actually have a real value.
the 17-year-old girl is basically competing against a 15-and-a-half-year-old boy. They're
Oh, they're all here. Fuck me.
It's 18 months less mature. It doesn't catch up until it's 25. And so when you level the playing field academically, new bodies and stuff. And like I said, it used to be 40-60 female to male college enrollment. Now it's 60-40. It's going to be 2-to-1 graduation rates because boys are 4 times more likely.
Cool. Well, with a prickly pear, I can upgrade my goddamn chicken. It's nice to know where they are, though. So there is so the dam does have a desert area.
What we really have is a male homeless and a male opiate crisis.
Sweet. Cool. Okay. Continue.
The statistics
Continue.
are just remarkable. There are now
Skip. Continue. Continue. Bye.
and that's neither in education, employment, or in training. Literally doing nothing. Only 1 in 3
Right. Okay. Workshop. Chicken. Train.
under the age of 30 is
3 more prickly pears. 1 cat bed. 6 olives. Okay.
impossible. It's not because women are getting older because they want more
Okay. So
viable men.
inventory. Sell.
I think we're a
Keep.
new species
Keep.
of asocial,
I'm going to keep that, because guaranteed at some point I'm going to be asked that I need it. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Air filter. Keep, I guess. Sell that.
Again, this one is like great. I agree.
Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that.
They're gonna
And
make a
keep
rare
that, I suppose.
automatically they were sort of
12 more bullets.
A couple things. One, I don't think it's a zero.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I think we're going to go back in again. Play. Same spot, bro. Confirm.
What the genders have
And
done
yeah, let's go.
is blaming the other gender. So when I know a young man's come off the tracks is when he blames immigrants for his economic problems, when he blames women for his romantic problems. But also,
So there are 2 house locations.
I
One is close to behind the dam, and the other one is a bit further away.
I think they've been given a bunch of.
No, we've been saying that to men. I think it's not helpful when Democrats say to young men, act more like women, and you don't have problems, you are the problem. And I get why they might.
If I was smart right now, I'd be looking up what's needed, what other components I need to build the expedition tube. And then all I need to worry about is getting my
because of my unfair
cash up over the next couple of months.
saying rhetorically to Democrats and to progressives is
Right, where are we?
by holding a 19-year-old male accountable.
We are quite far away from everything, truth be told. Power stations are there, scrapyard here, wreckage, formal outpost, electric tower. I'm far away from everything.
They champion people to remind them of themselves.
Jesus, okay.
Places likely to be suspended
That's a kilometer away? Are you kidding me?
girl, a black boy.
Right, okay, let's screw it. You know, let's focus on cash.
Let's go to the testing annex.
And when it was 40-60 female to male in college enrollments, we passed Title IX. Because we said, we have to get more women in college. Now,
Oh, great. They've dropped right down over there.
and when we're going like this, there's no such
Reach broken. Did I complete Did I complete something?
That's exactly my point. It's like
total
it's
lack
gonna
of
be.
empathy.
It's a tough sell.
Deliver first wave rations to town. Deliver first.
You should see my comments.
Search the compass near the broken down vehicle.
See it? I administrate.
And I understand the gag reflex.
I need to do all of this in one go, though, which is, I hate to say this, impossible, and it's also not why I'm here, so fuck it.
50s where women and non-whites
Yeah.
have less opportunity. That's not right.
Yeah.
So they hear some terrible voices enter the conversation, enter the void. And so on the right, they conflate masculinity with coarseness and cruelty and say that women's ascent and non-whites' ascent has taken away opportunity from men. That's bullshit. Our economy would be in tatters if women had not entered the workforce, right? That's why we won World War II, arguably. It was Hitler didn't want women in the factories. We said, no, absolutely. They're competent.
Another thing he was right about.
There you go. And then, but, you know, we have these knock-on effects where you just said something really interesting, and that is, where are the good men? There are a lot of men out there. There are just not that many men women want to mate with right now. Because
They're under 5'8". How
so women made socioeconomic men down. So, as Chris Rock said, Beyonce and Jay-Z, the opposite is not true. And when the pool of horizontal and up keeps shrinking, there's less household formation. And in married households, when a woman starts making more than a man, the use of erectile dysfunction drugs triples.
Ooh.
And the likelihood of
Really?
doubles. Because society,
What about dildo use? Do you have any stats on that?
none so far. Just anecdotal.
There's a hatch around here? Oh, there. You know what? Fuck it. I might get back and see if I can land in a better position.
Men themselves still expect men to be economically viable. When they aren't, they're seen as failures. And that's not true of every household. There are a lot of households figured out, good for them. And I'm not suggesting we should do anything to get in the way of women's pursuit. But we have to acknowledge no group in America has fallen further faster than young men. And the country and women aren't going to continue to flourish if young men are flailing. And they are really struggling. One out of 3 men who hasn't cohabitated by the time they're
It's all been raided?
is gonna
Not
miss-
quite.
Here's a stat. This freaked me out. 45% of men 18 to 24 have never asked a woman out in person. And, you know, no one wants, they get a lot of mixed signals. No one wants to be that guy that approaches a woman at the bar and it's unwelcome and he's now that guy.
Yeah.
Creep. But now what you find is in surveys, 80% of women still say they want the man to initiate romantic interest. And young men have gotten a lot of mixed signals. In addition, they don't have the same economic opportunities. And where do they go to demonstrate excellence? Women are much choosier. You have a room of 100 men, 100 women. If there's alcohol involved, the majority of the men would agree to have sex with the majority of the women. Almost all of the women would have sex with none of the men.
True.
That's the basis.
Dog collar.
Spread our seed to the four corners of the planet. They put up a much finer filter to try and screen out the smartest,
Playing cards? There's a lot of cool shit in here, man.
The way men get there. 80% of couples married longer than 30 years say that initially one person was more interested in the other.
$30,000 worth of shit.
How does the man get there? He needs to demonstrate excellence. And where are the venues for demonstrating excellence now? We're not going to church or temple. We're not going into work. Men aren't going to school. And if you talk to these people, there you go. Not a lot of mating on there. Not a lot of mating going on there. But if you talk to these couples who married a long time, they say, yeah, I wasn't interested in him in the beginning, but I liked the way he treated his parents. He was so good at what he did. We worked together. I hung out with him, and he was really funny. Made me laugh. I like the way he smelled. I like his body language. I like the way he danced. Women fall in love. Where does a man demonstrate excellence right now? And also in an economy that's increasingly about how much money you have, and men have fewer economic opportunities because they're not going to college, and a lot of them are going down rabbit holes online. You know, you just have
Yeah, I got 30 grand worth of stuff. Let's book out. I mean, hopefully next time we come back in, I'll be in a better location.
I agree with everything you're saying. Now what? Guys, you know I get after it in the gym. I get after it on the stage and in the gym. And one of the things that makes me crazy is dudes
Thank you.
that
Oh, you know what?
are showing you influencers dumb ideas about how to exercise. They don't know what they're talking about. They're good looking. They got new teeth. They got the nice matching fit.
There it is, right above me.
They got the nice matching outfit.
All right, good then above me.
Perfect. Doesn't help us for what we're doing.
Open the door.
It's aggravating, and it's also not. You can't like go on social media. You can't follow a guy and look up all the. It's just it's sloppy. It's just a not. It's a nightmare. It's just a sloppy nightmare. On the other hand, there's an app.
Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Yo, not a chance. Missed.
Right? You've got every possible muscle group, every possible routine, every fitness level you could possibly want. I'm an expert. Doesn't mean you are. That's just who I am, guys. You can, a number of days, types of equipment you have. You could do no equipment. You could do all kinds of machines, dumbbells, barbells. It's a legitimately good app that I was using when they
Sell.
advertising on this podcast, guys, because that's how much I believe in the product. Sure, they hurt my feelings when they stop advertising, but I
Sell.
What muscle groups do you work out, Neil? We're gonna go
Center stash. Move to safe pocket stash. Sell. Keep that. Sell.
My
Move away. So what do I need?
I know that sounds unlikely, but if I do that too much, if a very little bicep goes a long way with me. I need shoulders, butt cheeks, chest. What my a guy I used to write with used to call t-shirt muscles.
T-shirt muscles. That's it.
So I'll load in what I'm trying to do that day, and they'll give me 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 exercises. Let's be real, for each muscle group, and I'll.
Okay, back out there.
On the app, there's little videos on how to do it. There's videos, sequence to do it, amount to do it. And I've had a trainer, guys. I have. And a good dude, but you know, you got a guy there counting, which is embarrassing. It's humiliating for him. Makes me think like, I want to say, like, you think I can't count? You know how expensive. So I like to keep look at what I gotta do, and listen to my podcasts or videos on YouTube. Here's a call to action. This is when it gets real, and I gotta read it verbatim. Level up your workout. Join FitBod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription, or try the app free for 7 days at fitbod.me.
Right, where are we?
/NEAL. That's fitbod.me/NEAL.
Quite away from a few different things. But
Go to that location.
See anything.
not massively far. Oh,
Hey guys, you don't really have
spring. This rusty parts.
I know that wasn't a convincing read, but I actually am. I've been using them every day for months. Also true. It's one of the only apps that's actually helped me make sense of the chaos of the modern news. Hey, so you know how every story online feels like a political
What are the chances of me actually finding a humidifier in here, huh?
headline, and one's like, we're saved, and the other one's like, we're doomed, man. It's not that one of them
Turbo pump.
It's
Okay.
that they're living in different information ecosystems. And that's the problem Ground News is trying to fix. Ground News is an app and website that processes thousands of articles and news sources every day.
Anvil. Nice.
Each story is being reported across the political spectrum, left, right, and center. Take this story. Trump signs executive order launching Genesis mission to accelerate AI-driven scientific research. There are over 180 sources covering it. Ground News lines them up so you can see the bias distribution, compare left versus right headlines,
Someone's out there.
factuality rating of every outlet. Then there's this feature.
Okay, let's move.
I love the blind spot feed. Shows you stories that are heavily covered by one side of the political spectrum, but barely mentioned by the other. And then there's also a feature called My News Bias, which, how dare you, which, as the name suggests, shows you your own biases and news consumption habits. Basically, it's your news diet.
How much is this worth? It's 59,000. You know what?
But
There's some good money here, bro.
So look, if you actually want to see the whole story, not just the part your bubble agrees with, don't get me wrong, you get a great bubble. Check out Ground News. Go to ground.news/NEAL or click the link below to get 40% off the Vantage plan, which gives you unlimited access to worldwide coverage. Swear to God, Ground News is awesome. Ground News. Don't just read the news.
Where is it? It's over there.
Ground News.
All the way over there.
See the whole picture. Ooh, that was a nice one.
Now what? Okay, series of solutions. Ideas and programs.
There's a guy right down there.
Kindergarten. Start boys at 6, girls at 5.
Where is he?
More men into K through 12.
There he is.
Boys need male mentorship. More after-school programs. It's funded. My male mentors were typically coaches. My first baseball coach sent some money and would quietly buy my uniforms and buy my stuff so I could play.
That is down.
You're not growing your freshman class faster than population growth. You lose your tax-free status. We need more seats for, more
Right, how do I get down from here?
Republicans, more men, more women. We need more seats. We need a tax policy that puts more money.
Staircase going up. No.
Transferring money from young people to old people. Mandatory national service. The lowest levels of teen depression are depression in Western Israel, where they spend 2 to 3 years, all of them, in the IDF. And I just hung out with a battalion in the IDF in Israel, a bunch of young, beautiful men who learning how to handle dangerous equipment, count on each other for character.
No. Okay, wires are worth something.
People from different ethnic, different economic, different social, sexual backgrounds. I think young
Chips, plastic, no.
great Americans and realize that they're Americans for their quote-unquote specific I think there are
Filter. Okay, how much do I have here?
any public
32. Fuck it, we're out.
percent of their certification should be
Head home at the water treatment elevator.
non-traditional 1 or 2 year training, nursing, specialty construction, energy efficient HVAC installation. There's a ton of jobs on Main Street ready. And by the way, that's one of the things men are better at. Men seem to enjoy working outside, and not always, but are typically really good at it. And yet, work is wood, metal, and auto shop. Out. Remember that guy in high school who wasn't going to go to college, but he could fix your car? He got a job, but he learned how to fix a car in high school. Those jobs are gone. We've replaced them with computer science, hoping the kid will go to MIT, drop out, and start the next big platform. That's not working for the middle class. So I think there's a total rethink of our tax structure. 2 biggest tax deductions, interest rate, and who owns stocks and bonds? People our age. Who rents and makes their money through current income? Young people. Why is money more noble than sweat? So almost every economic policy we've had in the last 40 years has been a transfer of wealth from young people. 60% of 30-year-olds 40 years ago had a kid. Now it's 27%. Is it because people just decided they don't want to have families? Because they can't afford them. And so you have young people who are just economically strapped, and then 210 times a day they get a notification on their phone reminding them that they're failing. And if you were going to reverse engineer one statistic to our biggest problem, I think it would be the following. For the first time in our 275-year history as a nation, 6 years ago, we crossed this terrible threshold, and that is for the first time, a 30-year-old man or woman isn't doing as well as his or her parents were at 30. That creates rage and shame across the household because your roommates, because you're probably living at home, your parents are reminding you every day that you're failing. And it's been especially hard on young men because we disproportionately evaluate men based on their economic viability in terms of their attractiveness, their role in society, and their self-esteem. I think we fucked this up. I think we can unfuck it. And the incumbents want to pretend that these problems are unsolvable. No, we need to put more money in young people's pockets, stop stealing from them. We need to have more opportunities for vocational training. We need mandatory national service. We need more men involved in K-12. We need to stop mythologizing young men. We need to celebrate them. We've been celebrating women. Let's continue to do it. But let's celebrate our young men. When you have Russian troops pouring over the border in Ukraine, there's a lot of young men who are wonderful and add a ton of value. They typically make, oftentimes, better entrepreneurs because they're more risk aggressive. Carnegie Award for 80 people a year risking their own life to save them. 7 risk of aggressiveness and recklessness that we criticize.
Continue. Cool.
It can also translate into patriotism.
Continue. Skip.
What I
Continue.
call restoration of alliances between our great economic trading partners, between moderate Democrats and Republicans to make some progress, but also we need to restore the
Okay.
men and women.
Same shit as before.
There's too many men blaming women and immigrants for the problems, and there's too many women saying shit like, I don't go on dates because I might be unalived. I might be murdered. If you go on a date with a young man, he is 16 times more likely after that date to go home and hurt himself than hurt you. You are 4 times more likely to be hurt in a car accident or choking at dinner than that young man hurting you. Young men have become more violent, but mostly they've become more violent on themselves. So stop with the pathologizing of young
Need more heavy ammo.
men and women to begin to restore their alliance. I have 7.5 billion pieces of evidence that the greatest alliance in history is men and women.
Cancel that.
Men need to celebrate the progress of their mothers and their sisters, and women need to have,
Okay,
in my
let's go out
opinion,
again.
women, a little bit more empathy and realize that constantly criticizing young
Yep,
men
same as before.
is not going to want to approach.
Over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean the issue is, and one of the issues that I think when it's speaking is like the incentives to. There's more juice in the like all men are trash, and I'd rather have sex with a bear or whatever that thing was. Like there's more cultural cachet like in a sort of belittling the opposite sex. Like even saying men like that
Triggers people.
that testosterone has been transformative for the earth is like, what? How dare you say that? It's like, it's why there's the bridges and inventions, and it is trying to impress women, and it's protecting nations, and it's like so but there's no, it's been so stigmatized. It's
We
so
have.
to the
Oh shit! Nice.
pedophile thing where priests ruin the Catholic Church. They ruin any sort of interaction with young kids.
That could be used for.
It's a few bad apples. Yeah, of course. But it's the few.
Right,
bad
where are
apples
we?
Where it's like, yeah, there. I don't. You think
Okay.
Go to that location.
like violent men? Do you think like men like violence? I like watching violence. I don't like being anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I think women think we like it, or you know what I mean. Like, so, it's another thing where it's like turning the tide on branding as a branding professor. So branding professor is the that's where I go like, dude, that's the hardest part with all this stuff. Taxing the rich, getting women to admit men are mostly great. That's hard. That's the hard part.
Well, if I'm at a conference,
Okay, we're going over there, and there's someone over there.
they're more nurturing,
Right there.
better managed because of their maternal instincts or their attention to detail because of instinctual reasons. People nod and clap. If I say on average, men make better combat soldiers, and in many cases make better entrepreneurs because they're more risk aggressive, which isn't to say the same opportunity should be allowed to everybody. There's a very uncomfortable pause.
Yeah.
Acknowledging men might be better at anything.
Or even admitting that women have maternal instinct.
Or saying that women are nurturing. You're saying
Yeah.
we should be home barefoot and pregnant. I'm like, no, those translates in being a great doctor and a great lawyer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have more female doctors and lawyers forever for a while now. But just turning to my book, I'm trying to figure out a way. Masculinity has been conflated with toxicity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's cruelty, there's abuse, power. There's people who are non-masculine things in the world. I think of the 3 pillars. I'm trying to figure out a way to masculinity, because I think every young person needs a code to help them make decisions. You can get it from the church, you can get it from parents, you can get it from the military.
Someone did that. That wasn't me.
It's like a code. This is my code. This is how I make decisions, hard decisions. I'd like to think that masculinity can be presented as an aspirational code. And the 3 legs of the stool, I think, are first, provider. I think every young man should take economic responsibility for his household. Sometimes that means getting out of the way of being more supportive of your partner, who's better at that money.
Hey there. How are you?
15
Merry Christmas.
very much money, so I tried to pick up this But you should assume you need to be economically viable. You got to get certification. You have to work hard. You have to show discipline. You have to be smart about saving or spending less than you make so you can save money. And women are attracted to that. Don't be the douchebag that orders a bottle of Grey Goose at 2 in the morning. You have shit to do in the morning. Go home, be disciplined. Demonstrate that you have
True.
a plan. You don't have to be rich, but have a plan. I'm going to be able to take care of you and a family because I have a plan. Second is the default operating system for men, I think, is to be a protector. You think about the most masculine jobs, firemen, policemen, military. What do? They protect.
True.
Your default operating system should be a move to protection always. And this is what disappoints me about many of our male leaders now, is I don't think they're in the business of protecting the vulnerable. You may not agree with the trans community, and you may not think you need third bathrooms in corporations.
Okay, that's
You may
not.
think,
That's pretty far from me, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, right. Let's see. Is what I need in here.
which
I'm relying on the fact that it's Christmas week and most people have got better things to do than play this.
the way the community's being demonized right
So nothing's getting. So I really want to find another humidifier.
break up fights in bars. They're usually
And then I can go get my lunch.
the guys who start fights in bars.
And then I can take my hour break. And then I can jump back into this.
So, and it's not only physical. You hear people talking shit about someone else behind.
Well,
their
that hasn't been opened yet. That's a good
back.
sign.
An attribute is to not participate or to push back.
We'll open it then, bro.
Protect people. And the most reward I have. Do you have kids?
My girl has a fun.
Nice. Good. Cool.
I want more money. I want more relevance. I want more fame.
Eyeglasses.
I want more glasses. I want more experiences.
Did they fix this? Hey, it's still broken. Nice.
Never fucking enough. The only time I ever feel somewhat sated and satisfied is when I know my family
No.
sleep and I feel like I'm their protector. And I know that sounds very primal. I think that is
It is
most
primal.
feeling for a lot of them is that they have translated their prosperity into protection. Protecting your country, protecting your community.
Come on, another humidifier. Where's a humidifier? Come on.
I think that feels really fucking awesome. And I think that that's a key component of masculinity. And I think
Okay, nothing here. Next level.
back to that testosterone. And the final thing, and this gets the most interesting.
Next one, next one, next one.
I think we have to stop pathologizing a man's romantic and sexual desires. It's fire, and it can be very damaging. If a man spends too much time, especially men, watching pornography, can start objectifying women, have unreasonable expectations about what a relationship is. But that sexual desire can be channeled like fire put into an engine to create progress, to make you want to dress better groomer, have a plan, demonstrate excellence, show resilience, approach people, ask them for friendship, express romantic interest while making them feel safe, and get used to rejection. Why? Because you want to have sex. There's nothing wrong with that. Wanting to have contact with women, be attracted to women, establish relationships, have a sexual relationship, that mojo should be something that turns you into a better man. When I mentor young men,
Oh, nice.
they first start talking about the relationships, what's gone wrong. Then they want to
Oh, wait.
money. But ultimately, where it always ends up, Neil, is I'd really like a girlfriend. And the first thing I ask them is, would you have sex with you? And they kind of objectively, and I said, what would it require for women to want to have sex with you? And they outline a series of things that make them better men. So I think to a certain extent we have to embrace that. And also, when we have the thing we haven't talked about, young men are up against an indomitable evil force called big tech that has godlike technology trying to convince them that they can have a reasonable facsimile of life on a screen with an algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
We got Reddit and Discord. Try and figure out the pecking order and try and figure
Yep.
out the cafeteria and the hierarchy.
You've got Discord and porn. You don't need a relationship.
Apply for jobs and navigate the bullshit of going to an office. You can make money trading crypto or stocks on Coinbase or Robinhood. And why would you go through the expense, the aggravation, the rejection, the humiliation of trying to establish a romantic partnership when you have lifelike porn available 24/7? So we have
More fucking toasters, bro. Jesus.
in the world representing 40% of the S&P who have connected profitability with sequestering and polarizing young men.
Toasters, my God.
I would say is almost an unbeatable foe. And that is,
How much is it worth? 33,000. Right, we're getting out of here.
I barely graduated from UCLA. One of the reasons I went on campus is I want to see my buddies. It was fun. And I also like the idea of
Head home at the North
meeting a
Complex
strange woman
elevator.
and potentially having a relationship with her. That's motivating. If I'd had on-demand porn 24/7 was lifelike, and had AI reverse engineering figuring out, my fetishes, would I have gone on campuses? I don't know. So men are up against some really challenging things around
Okay, shit. Someone's called it down right there.
and we're becoming less mammalia. And if you want to see an animal go crazy, put an orca in a tank alone. Right?
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do to a human is solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Leave your dog alone and see what happens. And these men, when sequestered from relationships, quite frankly, just come off the tracks.
Where's he going?
Much more prone to misogynistic content, much more prone to nationalistic content, and some, they become shitty citizens. And if they don't if they don't walk through the coals of trying to get a job or trying to establish a romantic relationship, those are skills that serve them well the rest of their lives. I mean, my guess is,
Oh, I wonder, can I get a prickly pears from here?
it was true of me. The only way I could ever navigate and get a date, I was super skinny growing up, and I had bad skin.
Prickly pears.
That's not the peanut butter and chocolate of Brad
Yeah, I
Pitt.
heard you talk about Accutane the other day, which same boat.
Oh, same thing?
Yeah.
The only time I could ever convince a woman to go on a date with me is if I'd made her laugh a lot.
Right, no more prickly pears around here. Damn it, there was 3 of them last time.
And so, but where do men now
I
demonstrate?
guess they just randomly drop, huh?
Skills? They're not going to work. They're not going to religious institutions.
That's a shame. Right, screw it.
They're in their basement, learning that every relationship is frictionless.
Switch it on. Hide. Wait.
The most rewarding things in our lives are relationships, and the reason they are so rewarding is they're so fucking hard. That's what real victory is. It's figuring out a way to have friends, figuring out a way to get along with your parents, figuring out a way to be generous with your siblings, figuring out a way to convince someone to be involved in your life, romantically committing to them, having them commit to you, putting up the bullshit.
Okay, $33,000 worth of stuff.
It's hard.
Okay, we
If
should be
you're
good.
able to do these things, that's what real victory smells like. And if you believe you can have those things online, I think a lot of these young men.
This place here, for anyone watching, full of fucking toasters.
Espouse for your sex. How old are you?
No humidifiers, though. Humidifiers are only found around here.
Like, I'll give you this or I won't give you that. But like, what are you doing? Without. I'm genuinely like, what are you practicing?
So I want
Quick.
I don't have a plan. One of my kids struggle with device addiction. I've been studying tech.
Okay. Out. Oh, God, we're being methodical with this stuff.
Having kids has made me a better man because I learned pretty early.
God.
You see
Right,
that,
continue.
that's what you do.
Continue.
So I do think the best thing you can do for
Continue.
young men
Continue.
is try to be really good to their mother. I think they see that. They see that, oh, you're supposed to be kind. You're supposed to be supportive of your partner. I think they register that. It's made me, I try to just model the behavior I want them to model when they get to be men. And I have these practices. What does a man do? I call it. And I sit them down. When we have visitors, a man immediately runs to the car, grabs their luggage, and puts it in the room. A man never pours his own water first. And this is one of my favorite stories about my youngest. When he was 10, we were at a restaurant in London. And it was just me and him. His mom was gone. And there was this big vat of water, or a big thing of water, and he wanted to pour his glass. He picked it up and waddled over to this other table across the restaurant and poured their water because he thought it meant everybody.
Yeah.
And I was just so proud of him at that moment. But just a series of practices around what men do. I've tried to really emphasize physical fitness, not for everybody, but I think it's important for. You mentioned testosterone.
And you have the 15-year-old taking testosterone.
Oh yeah, human growth hormone.
Yeah.
11. But I think fitness and speed and is really important. And or let me.
Well,
put it this way.
okay. Do you foster competition? With
Okay,
them? I know
back out again.
a lot of the most successful people I know are.
Right, I'm really hoping I land closer to those houses.
I think a lot of it's just insecurity manifesting as.
So far, I've been landing in some pretty dodgy ass places. I need to land near the apartment so I can actually try and get the goddamn things I need.
And chores. I have failed on chores. My kids are lazy and they don't even make their beds any longer. I'm totally
Seriously, bro? You saying that about your kids? Come on.
Yeah.
What I have done is from a very young age, I had them playing sports. They're not great athletes, But the wonderful thing about our sports infrastructure is you don't need to be a great athlete to play. Some kids would rather do something else, but it's got to be something. Chess, dance, whatever it is. You know, but I like the idea. This is some bias.
Oh, man.
The only reason I got a job at Morgan Stanley is because I rode crew at UCLA, and the guy who rode crew, the guy who ran the fixed income department at Road Crew, and said every oarsman gets an automatic hire.
There we go.
Kill yourself. That's what we like here. So I think competitive sports are really important for building confidence. Young men have this blessing. This is one of my practices with kids I met. They're born with denser bone structure, more muscle mass, and then you pour on it this amazing substance called testosterone. I think every man under the age of 30 should be able to walk in any room and know if shit got real, they could either outrun everybody or kill them and eat them. And I say that metaphorically, but don't you look, I look back on my 20s.
What about saying something?
Oh,
sarcastic?
perfect.
Let's go to that location.
That's cut.
Could not have landed in a better position. Excellent.
Work out a lot, or run. I think you're going to be kinder, less prone to depression, more attractive to potential mates, and just feel better about yourself. So I think fitness and competitive sports are a big part of what my kids do. But I'm trying to move more to modeling. Also, I'm really trying to lean into this idea of garbage time, and that is, I think the idea of quality time was something invented by rich dudes who didn't want to spend a lot of time with their kids. Like, I can make up for not being with my kids by taking them.
Yeah,
No.
by going on
Detour,
safari.
right?
Yeah,
Be the Uber driver.
yeah.
Hang out. What are you doing? Let's just go grab dinner. Let's go grab, because the real moments of connection, and you'll find this with your it's your stepdaughter, stepson. They happen randomly.
Yeah.
They happen when you're not.
No, Jerry
expecting
Seinfeld
it.
talked about it on this podcast, where he's like, it's just garbage, like just
Toaster.
eating cereal. It's 1 a.m. Just that's where you get to. That's true in offices as well. I mean, it's true in a lot of situations.
So my attitude is, you want to be. I mean, it's just presence. It's just figuring out a way to just be
Being available.
I also find being in their company when they're not looking at you, driving them is really powerful. Because when they're not looking at you, I find they're more likely just to be quiet and then
Especially for boys.
and then blurt something out. And you're like,
Yeah.
Okay, this is a moment. Because you find as a dad, at least with my kids, I would kill for my sons to open up more to me. And if I start asking them questions like,
Yeah.
hey, is there a girl you like at school? And that's a non-starter.
It's the first 48.
There you go. It's a non-starter. But in moments when I'm spending a lot of time with them, just stuff comes out, you know? So.
Nice, Laura.
On status, meaning not seldom, but do you make them aware of status? I think that's a big. It took me a long time to realize how. I mean, I read the Aaron Debaton book, Status Anxiety, when it came out 2005 6, but like
Spring.
that's the thing in the world.
I don't teach them about it, but I try to take them to environments where they realize they're not just just how incredibly fortunate they are. And I try to remind them
Have you taken them places where they're not? Because I think that's
where they're not.
where they're not high status, where it's like those people are higher status, and the reason why is because, and then the litany of reasons.
Give me an example.
Well, the clearest one is I heard a long time ago. It's easy to go from economy to business. It's very hard to go from business to economy. It's very hard to go back. So meaning, you're low status here in this situation, and you can get to higher status, but you're gonna have to earn it. And I'm wondering if it is something you can teach, or something.
Honest answer is I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk so much about fatherhood and masculinity, and I think I come up so short so much of the time. I don't.
Well, it's
know.
impossible to do perfectly. I mean,
And every book on parenting I've read
No.
contradicts the one I read before it.
yeah.
Look, I do the basics. I'm good at their mom. Try and get them involved in sports. Try and, through actions, know that I love them immensely, and I think they're wonderful. I think something I got from my mom
No.
was every day in subtle ways, explicit and implicit, she just made me feel like I was just wonderful. And I think over time you start to believe that.
No.
So I try to do the same thing with my boys. Even when I'm on the road.
How much?
I FaceTime them every day.
36,000. Okay.
Demand they answer. I'll
Last bit upstairs, and then we're heading out.
jealous, boyfriend. And just check in. How are you? What's going on? They
If
know.
they don't pick up, you leave like a dead animal on the front porch. I get it.
Picture me boiling a cat.
Uh-huh.
And I think over time they're just going to know that I thought they were wonderful. The issue I have
That's upstairs. Okay, fuck it. We're out. Right.
is that the reality is I wouldn't have what I have
Head home at the central
if I
swamp
had
lift.
Rebecca. A lot of the embers around for me that burned and drove my success and my discipline and my hard work
Actually, wait. There's another house.
have a lot. The scarcity mindset. My kids don't have that problem.
Let's move to
So
that
I
location.
wonder where that's going to come from. And I don't have the answer.
Is it necessary? I was talking to a friend last night about he's about to have a kid, and we were talking about he's Asian, and he was talking about he's like, I'm gonna try not to be Asian about it, in terms of what kind of, like, not to be like a tiger parent, not to be like you have to become a doctor, or a lawyer, or Harvard, or Yale, or whatever. And I'm betting, because I know I feel this way, or I see the value in just being a happy, well-adjusted person, and I see the value in being a high-status successful.
The thing is, though, that, I mean, I like to say find your own road, just as long as you're happy. But
Part of your calendar series. Hang in there, yeah.
You've got this. You know.
but the reality is, I'm not a tiger dad. But
Hey, Merry Christmas, Chris. How you doing, man?
I mean, I'm going to my oldest is applying to college, and I'd like to say, no, if you want to take a gap year, wherever you end up is right for you. I'm all over them.
Yeah.
I want them to go to an elite school. I know that we tell ourselves a lie that college doesn't matter and where you go doesn't matter. That's a lie. The kid coming out of Dartmouth is going to have more opportunities than the kid coming out of Cal State Northridge. They're going to have more opportunities, better health care. That's not to say you can't be a billionaire coming out of Cal State Northridge. It's a great school. But the kids rolling out of Harvard,
I will say also Cal State Northridge, shockingly nice campus. Have you been?
and a world-class accounting department.
Toaster.
I don't even understand why.
Well, that's where I was going to go to college before I got into UCLA, so I don't know why I brought that up. By the way, the Cal State system is the unsung hero of the California system.
Cal State Long Beach has a fucking pyramid gym. It's
The
amazing.
biggest grantor of Pell Grants in the nation, meaning they educate more low-income kids than any
I
other
love you too, man.
in the United States.
I really do.
Want to talk about how you solve income inequality? You better fund our great junior colleges in Cal State.
I'm trying to find a humidifier in this game.
I want my kid to go to a great school because I think it matters. And I think we tell ourselves a lie that it doesn't matter. So I'm all over them. Did you study for the ACT today? Do you have your personal essays done?
Yeah.
You know, and they have resources. So my guess is they'll end up going to good schools.
And I'm hoping that not that many people are playing, so I don't get killed.
Loving 60s parent or whatever. I'm all over my kids.
Oh, wait.
Successful, and I'm in their face about a lot of stuff. And quite frankly, I needed more of that when I was a kid. I needed someone telling me, "Get your shit together."
You could have used more.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
Yeah.
I think boys need it.
Oh, yeah. I definitely needed that when I was younger.
I also think
Sort of, get your ass out and do something with your life.
some kind of force
No.
or incentive or disincentive. I feel the same way because I
Okay, we're out. We're officially out. We're getting out. Fuck it. Right. So we're going to here.
Head home at the central swamp lift.
in Chicago, the place that Bill Murray and his brother Caddy called Indian Hill is the movie based on. And
How old were you when you caddied?
11 through 17.
Did you ever have to do a double bag in the summer?
Had to. I mean, that was what we
It's
did.
literally child abuse.
That's what we did. No,
You're out there in the
absolutely.
summer. You're like, I don't know about you. I was like all of 5'7", 120.
You're here for the brutality. Well, I'm hoping for not much brutality, truth be told.
And by the end of 18 holes, you literally could have expired.
I'm hoping for an easy, smooth extraction.
Get maybe 15 or 18 bucks. I forget what I got. I'm older than you, but that was a great job.
And there's Ark. So let's get away from that.
There's a little bit of method, a little bit of knowledge.
Okay, my extraction point's just over there. I'm getting close to it.
Yeah, it's grunt work. It's literally grunt work.
It's physical labor.
Yeah.
103 meters. Come on. 100 meters. There it is. I see it.
Gotten older, like almost by the year, where I probably just
Adrenaline.
good work ethic now.
Run. Keep running. I'm dosing myself with drugs just to get to it quick so I don't get killed. Button. Gun. Hide.
Kind of treated the same. so much better.
The
Hurry up.
like when I was an Ohio caddy.
Explain for the B students what a delta is, Scott.
So, remember when we were kids? Your dad's boss had a bigger house, but in a near was near.
Ooh, okay.
We all went to the same kind of church and country club.
Hey, Chris, what are your plans for Christmas, man? Are you staying where you are, or are you going to spend time with friends?
Folks like these shitty American cars. One had leather, one had cloth. Yeah. Maybe he got to ride in business class where the seat was this, and we had.
Open the hatch. Come on.
The Delta making a decent living and making a great living.
Okay, we're out. We're out. We're almost out.
Extraordinary. It used to be coach or business class.
We're out. Sweet.
Comfort, business class, first class, private air travel.
Fucking asshole. There's always one.
Small jet, mid-sized jet, you know, Falcon 900 heavy jet. You can get, if you have enough money, you can go to the Met Gala.
You can go to fucking space, dude.
The difference between this, it used to be the difference was this and this. Now the difference is this and this.
Yes.
So while being wealthy might be for some people an empty and meaningless experience,
Okay.
trust me on this, as far as empty and meaningless experiences go,
Sell.
and this
Sell.
has decided that we are
Sell.
optimizing the top 1%. The bottom 99% are nutrition and tax to make the life exceptional of the top 1%. And this is where our
Solar Xmas Pro, as per usual. Got a pile of DMT with me on it. Going to Howarth a day after Boxing Day. Oh, okay. Who's actually still in Howarth these days?
You realize we're one of them, right? He's like, yeah, but once I'm one of those rich guys, wait till you see how I treat you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like everybody, people know the lottery's a bad idea, but their ticket's a winner, baby, right? So I think our optimism, while it's our strength, it's also our Achilles heel.
Okay, I need to sell some shit.
To get into MIT or start a tech company or you know, figure it out. And the reality is the structural, you know, the structural in America now have made housing almost impossible for someone of the age of 30. We're in New York right now. There are now 3 types of. I moved to New York right out of UCLA. I had 2 roommates. You could kind of dance between the raindrops. We all worked at banks. We could pool our per diems, go out, have a fun time. My rent was $1,900, 3 of us, $633 each. You know, you could get a pot, you could get a slice, you could just figure it out. It wasn't easy, but you could figure it out. The cost now. there's only 3
Okay, I guess I'm just going straight back in.
kids who work for
Same place.
kids who work for JP Morgan or Goldman, finance
Oh, man.
and kids whose parents are putting them through New York.
Plenty will be my last visit till I move to Newcastle in February. Oh, okay.
I know, like, oh, you have rich parents.
Joe's still moving to Newcastle, isn't he? He wanted a bit of a change of scenery.
These are kids making good money. You get $100,000 an hour when you're 24, 25.
You've almost made your way up the entire of England, because you've gone from Howarth all the way down to London, and then you're going back up to Newcastle. So you're in that's the largest northern town in England, basically.
I'm not suggesting everyone has a birthright to live in.
You're almost doing what I did, but in reverse.
Has essentially made it almost impossible for young people to live in the big cities unless their parents are putting them through big
Well, I've had a pretty strange start to my Christmas break, because I won't say a close friend, but a friend, shall we say, deleted themselves a short while ago after a very intense collapse. Their life just went downhill real quick, and it was their it wasn't the funeral, that's today. They have like a wake, not the wake, they're having a Catholic thing, but yesterday yeah, it was more of a getting together of family and friends.
about the notion that
It'll be like Joe Rogan's Austin, but less shit.
well, one of the
Are you comparing Newcastle to Austin, Texas?
seem to have embraced this Hunger Games economy. I think it's gone too far. I think people are finally gagging on it. But we also have to acknowledge it's been a bit of a conscious choice in America.
Aye.
My father is an immigrant from Scotland.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, but I mean, it was a solid guy from when I. Yeah. It's like the guy was pretty solid from when I knew him. I looked up to him. In a long-term relationship, he had a couple of good kids. But then one day he sold his business and got a lot of money out of it, like several $100,000. And like I was talking to his father about it yesterday. Like something just changed in him. Like the guy just blew it all within a matter of months on like a serious cocaine habit. Prostitutes, his relationship fell apart, in and out of prison. It was just one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like I heard about all this stuff kind of secondhand type deal. I heard about it through friends. And I was just a bit like, whoa. And like, apparently his father was constantly sort of saying to him, look, I'll get you into rehab, but the guy just didn't want to hear about it. It was nuts. Like he actively kept saying, I'm fine, leave me alone. Blaming them for all the shit. Blaming his family, blaming his friends, blaming his ex, blaming his kids. Anytime something bad happened, it was always their fault. And it was I'd never seen anything like it. It was like, you hear about it, but when you actually see it, it's rough. It is dark. And, yeah, the end result is they just couldn't do it anymore. And I guess whatever demons were chasing them finally caught up, and that was that. It's, I got a phone call one day, and it's like, hey, I'm not going to say the name, obviously, because it's wrong of me, but hey, so-and-so has been found. They ended it in a hotel room. And I was like, Jesus. And it's rough. It's been a very peculiar start to the Christmas season. But it's his kids I feel sorry for the most. They're the ones who are really going through it right now. Anyway, that's my kind of real moment.
You just have no shared values or experiences. And the tax cuts for the wealthy, in my opinion, at some point it becomes morally bankrupt. It just, when you have one man garnering an increase in wealth equivalent to the GDP of Costa Rica, Larry Ellison.
Okay, literally all I'm looking for is a goddamn humidifier. That's all I need. I've been looking for hours. And it randomly materializes in here.
Paramount to another billionaire kid, Larry Ellison. And meanwhile,
But it is what it is.
kids are on SNAP food payments. I mean, come on, it's just gone too.
I know. Well, I guess it's just how harsh.
Well, that's what that's exactly it. Money isn't the root of all evil, but it certainly acts as fertilizer. What money does is, for a lot of people, and you don't really ever know if it's you until this happens, the biggest restraint in your life for your compulsive behavior can be financial. It's like you can't afford to do it. You have to be aware of it. Once that's gone, there's two things that kind of happen. The first thing is you no longer have to work every day. That's like a massive amount of free time. And you're no longer constrained by your ability to provide. And I mean, he wasn't that rich, but I think as soon as he just got the money in his pocket, because he got some cash from the selling of his business, and then in his breakup afterwards, because apparently as soon as he sold his business, he didn't come home for a month. Like, his partner had no idea where he was. He just vanished. Then he randomly shows up one time, basically saying he wants, that he's got into a relationship with like a call girl or an escort, which is nuts. And he wants to end his relationship with his long-term partner, who was the mother of his children. And he was super skinny, like ridiculously skinny. And yeah, the guy just blew it all. I mean, the thing that messed up for me is with the sale on his 100%, I'm better off skin. Yeah, I often wonder that for myself, truth be told. But the guy was just like, what's the best way I can phrase this? I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, but that's effectively what happened. Because with the sale of his business and the sale of his house, you're talking it was almost $1 million, which for some people isn't a lot of money. But if you go from like not a lot to that, and it's all cash, and the messed up thing is that even though he went all self-destructive, he never left anything for his children. I think that's the thing I think is heartbreaking. Like, he never once thought, you know what, I'm going to at least make sure my kids are taken care of. None of that. I was kind of hoping maybe, because he left a note on his phone, and I was kind of hoping it'd say something like, I've left the kids something here, blah, 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 but nothing. Oh, someone's coming.
Security's not a big guy. It's a high
Hi.
And I'm like, okay, so you're doing this for fun. This is like wearing a watch.
Yeah.
But I just went to one of these Master of the Universe conferences where I'd say 20 or 30 of the richest people in the world were there. They were secured. They're not doing it to show
You know, when your mum's getting fucked in front of you, how does it feel?
that I'm sure they get a lot of threats. In South Africa, which has enormous inequality, there's more private security than there are policemen.
Yeah.
And you have some fame. I don't have as much as you, but I have a bit of.
You see, I was too busy talking and not busy thinking.
I'm going on a podcast tour.
I was distracted. It doesn't matter. All that stuff I got was free anyway.
That's where we.
I know. That's what I mean.
where we
Like, I'm nowhere. I would argue you're more famous than me. We'll do a whole podcast about it. Because I think people would really.
Mercifully, that didn't happen last time. Because last time, I had a hell of a lot more stuff. I just got in there then.
I even think about that with.
You know what? Let's do something. Let's just do some shit.
I'm gonna go to New Zealand and it's gonna
Right, free loadout going into Stillamontes. This is where carnage happens. This is where people get into big fights.
to make the world better. Because that seems like.
We're going to do this for a little bit, and then I think I'm going to call it a break, go get some lunch, and then jump on after lunch. Am I the only one who thinks this is fucked up, this pit we just saw here, where you have, like, you know, Zuckerberg and whatnot building nuclear bunkers for the hyper-wealthy? And to me, that's just, if that isn't an omen of bad shit to come, I don't know what is.
Habit space. It's so nihilistic that you think we're gonna have to inhabit space. I mean, that's the ultimate go bag. I mean, here's an idea.
Oh, I mean, my friend Gerard Carmichael did a joke 12 years ago.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully, I got a free loadout, so I'm hoping for a good gun. Stitcher, not terrible.
Yeah. So the question you put forward to these guys, so obsessed with space, wouldn't your billions be better served to make this place a little bit more fucking habitable?
Yep.
More habitable?
That's the question I always wanted to ask Elon Musk, is why are you spending... I mean, I don't knock the ambition to go to space. It's just I don't understand why that's the priority over investing here in things that are useful here.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Where are they getting fuel?
Well, no. What I asked is, when it gets real, and I'm your pilot, I'll fly you there, and then I'll kill you,
Yes.
and then I'll live in your.
Fucker.
Because he's gonna fuck your wife.
Well,
The first opportunity.
Fucking thing.
or the moment that you find out, say there's some sort of
There.
revolution or nuclear attack, and did you hear there's a guy with $100 billion with a bunker out where that hit? I know, maybe check out what's going over there.
Hierarchies, bruv. We've been included and celebrating them for long enough that we have no choice but to be passive. Yeah.
When parents leave public schools, they're not engaged. What you have is essentially rich people have sequestered themselves from the politics of our society. They're no longer involved in their own schools, their own tutors for college,
It's with everything, though.
right? Not working, too expensive.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
So they have removed themselves from America. They're living in a lease. And the problem is, rich people aren't as invested in the success of America. They're not as invested in the success of America. Right? They don't realize that when we shut down the government, that's 300,000 people are taking care of veterans, right? Giving them physical therapy, helping them with their emotional trauma, their PTSD, getting them.
What, aren't all the veterans who work in security rich people? That's how they think. I promise you that's how
Merry Christmas, jerk off.
Ultimate for happiness.
Sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry about that.
That's the way to go.
You and I have.
Yay, level 50!
But you.
Right, we're going back in. Stella Montez, free loadouts, just killing people.
If you tip everybody $100, you're
Play, confirm, free loadout.
they know.
Let's go. Let's go.
I knew the guy was, yeah, that guy.
So that's the thing I realized. Is like people would rather.
I mean, hierarchies definitely have something to do with it, I think. But even before that, I mean, before we had human beings have always had established hierarchies, like since the dawn of time. I mean, even in our friend groups, we establish forms of hierarchy, you know, whether it's based on competence in a particular field or, you know, some sort of perception of this person is better at this thing, blah, 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 blah. People can't define narcissists, then kick off when they behave exactly how they put them on a pedestal. Well, I think that's the thing. That was the thing that made me pause with this guy, because prior to his like complete self-destruction, I like kind of admired him because he seemed like he was, but it turns out behind the scenes there was a lot of horrible, horrible stuff going on that I wasn't aware of. But that's kind of the nature of it, you know?
And you think at some point they'd recognize that. And anyway, I think that as a country, it's just swung way too far. I do believe in winners and losers. I think we should have billionaires. I just think they should be taxed more. Yeah, I think you want the incentive. I think you want guys coming up with crazy.
Which way are we going?
Crazy nuts well.
Lobby. Okay, we're going to have a lobby and starting fights with people.
Texas, Florida, and they made all the money in Washington State.
And I hear people firing.
Bezos moved to Florida to spend more time with his dad. Isn't that sweet? And about the time he moved to Florida, he started selling old stock. I know I moved. For tax it's fun. And if states should compete with each other, maybe we should do it based on where you accreted that wealth. There's a series of common sense solutions to solve the deficit and also, you know, have a country.
Where are they? I can hear footsteps from somewhere. Where is it? Where is it?
But it's nouveau riche. It's just it's acting like
It's very quiet in here.
Scott Galloway, ladies and gentlemen. Book is, what's the book called again? It'll be everywhere. And the podcast, I'm a pivot guy. We got Prop G, we got Prop G Markets, we got Raging Moderates. You've got a newsletter.
He's going to come up here.
It's got a lot happening. There's a lot of ways to consume it.
Thank you. Really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan. Yeah.
See if I can hear him. I think he went this way. I could be wrong though.
Everybody, it's Tim Miller at the Bulwark here with my buddy Jonathan V. He writes a great newsletter every day. I would highly recommend you do so if you haven't already. And today's triad was a banger. Every once in a while, I feel like we need to do a video version.
Right, jumping in there again. Black Tides was that guy's name? Christopher, Christmin, agreed. Who'd have thought that billionaire evil genius have real good PR? True.
The Gen Z Republicans are not all right. JVL.
I mean, to me, Elon Musk right now is basically the poster boy for the ability of social media to fundamentally screw up someone's brain. I mean, it's, again, you also have to ask yourself the question, like, was it always there? I mean, apparently the guy was an absolute piece of shit to work for. Let's have a look. Silent Scavenger. Okay, where's the speed one?
Oh, great. Why not?
The moderator at one point asks the group, what do you guys think about Hitler? Here's Ashley.
Off the wall, roll,
I think what he was
heroic leap, effortless.
I think he showed very strong leadership values. One person, right? You can get one weirdo.
Where's the one for good food?
I'm in favor of a strong executive. I think we should have a stronger executive branch.
Slide further, Thassa. I don't care about that. Nimble climber.
Genocide, obviously. Notice the quality.
After a dodge roll, sturdy ankles. Okay.
I feel like one of the biggest problems Trump is running into right now is all these little courts.
Oh, that's what I'm going for.
Against everything he's trying to do, whether it be his tariffs or deporting people. So I'm very pro strong executive.
Okay, cool. That gives me the ability to, like, run faster. Okay, play.
He was like,
Slamontes, confirm.
For Germans, and I feel like we should do that.
You know what? I'm thinking.
Take America back for our native population. So I'm not an expert on Hitler.
You know what? Freeload. No, freeload out. Freeload out. Freeload out. That's the idea. That's what we're doing here. Freeload out. Freeload out. Confirm.
Noted that Hitler did do some work outside of his borders as well.
Czechoslovakia for the Germans.
That's an argument I hear a lot these days, and I've never really understood it as an argument. When people sort of say things like, you know, so-and-so country's doing this thing, and you complain about it, and they go, yeah, but it's legal, they're allowed to do it. It's like, people are starting to forget, a lot of the shit that National Socialists did was, by the laws of Nazi Germany, legal. You know what I mean? There's a principle involved in this, which I think people seem to forget. Anyway, let's move off that. Is Britain ungovernable? Interesting.
Hello, and welcome to an extra special festive edition of News. Why are you looking at me like that?
It just sounds like sort of we're sitting down.
Festive session. Okay, let's go.
Hello, children. Shall we begin?
No, we're building up. This is welcoming the audience. And making
I
them
don't
feel-
like doing that.
Well,
This, to me, is a way of building up your ability to PvP.
insult our audience.
Well, you're the one who swears at them.
I know. I'm bringing them in. I'm
And
bringing
actually,
them in.
appropriately enough, in our final show,
Control room. Ooh, oil.
festive question from John in Essex, who says, famously, Emily was told to off by Marjorie. Lewis and John could tell one person from Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
Look,
Marjorie did it, and she did it with such gusto.
Also, Emily.
Hey, I'm sorry.
So frankly, that would be
Yeah, perfect. Good.
that would be perfect because we'd be in a lot of trouble. And
Wait.
I suppose the person who has made me want to say more than anyone else is Jane Abrams. You know, coming over
They run off.
on free speech, then piling
Oh, something's in here for sure.
how it's, you know, become a sewer and all the rest of it. We do not have a homicide rate in the UK anywhere that compares with every city in America. You do not fear that you're going to be shot dead in London, frankly. You do not have a huge problem with free speech. You have people civil to one another. A far cry from what you see a lot of the time in America. So, bugger off. Stop telling us that Europe is rotten when you don't have exactly the most perfect place yourself to live.
You just didn't value yourself. That's to say,
Loading bay is a cool. There's often lots of fights around there.
she's very World War II, I must confess.
I changed it. I said, off the top, fuck off.
Okay. You? I would never say that.
No, of course not. Never polite.
Okay. I'm not hearing any people in here. Next lad.
Of course, with Marjorie's great conversion to be one of sort of liberalism's great folky. I just wonder what she'd say to everybody.
Oh, fuck that. I hate those things.
I love you, darling.
Legitimately can't stand them.
We're all over each other.
Hey, don't shoot!
Oh, here we go.
It's Rudolph.
It's common. Where's Mrs. Claus?
Yeah.
Where is she? Not here. It's weird that.
And the elves. Right. When you attack with energy and insight.
Well, you're
I won't dwell on the insight with wisdom that we bring. But I wanted to offer a listener's perspective on your company. Prime Minister, I completely understand.
Cunt.
I'd love to hear at least one segment where you look at his achievements, the charities he's working with some depth that you don't always apply to your critiques. Thanks for your work putting this podcast each week and
Chaos.
I think there aren't that many Keir Starmer big friends in politics. He's never had a faction of his own.
Why did that gun fire? Was there a problem with it or something?
He's not got the sort of long pedigree in politics. He doesn't have that. He hasn't got lots of outriders out there. Tom Baldwin, his barber. He's probably one of the only ones. Sort of people that Corbyn had a lot of, for example, because he needed to go onto the media day after day and just argue the case. And you don't hear that very much. And I think that's partly particular to Starmer and his trajectory into politics and the sort of politics he has, which is highly ideological. I think, though, part of it is, already getting into the criticism, I think part of it is about him. And I think if you were putting the case for him, you would say that, look, here is a man...
Hey, Chris, you should need to get this game, I think. I know you don't have a PC. You realize you have a PlayStation or something?
I think that's totally true. I think that things are more stable than they were at the sort of back end of the Victorian period. That's part of the I think he is a...
Here we go.
Some people want to be saying this because some people believe, and I can see the case that's been made, some people believe that he's deeply mendacious and dishonest and cynical. I actually think he does care about integrity in politics. I think he is someone...
Who are they talking about?
I think standards in politics do matter to him. I think that he isn't...
Oh, nice. Got some media memo. Perfect.
The biggest thing I think that's different about this government and the last government, not so much on the Sunak, but certainly what came before, is this is not a government that wakes up every single day thinking about how it can use its bully pulpits in politics to create division and to exploit division. I think it genuinely believes its members do not adhere and subscribe to that. A lot of, particularly in the Johnson days. And I think that if you were making a case for this government and the character for all of its other problems, is what I'd say. I suppose
A guy called Squirtmaster 420. We're coming for you, bro.
Your starting point would be to look at, the inheritance that he had when he came into power by 2004, and the enormous kind of problems with the budget.
He's behind the door.
Deficit, clear, and the need to raise taxes in a way that, he probably...
There he is.
I mean, I think they knew they...
Damn it!
Dishonesty over the level of problem that Britain faced. But it was a pretty awful inheritance, the black hole that Rachel Reeves...
Squirtmaster, huh?
Which was completely different from Tony Blair, which is the obvious point of comparison.
I forgot it's not an automatic.
The economy was absolutely humming after various humiliations that the Tories had been through, but was nevertheless in a very good place when Blair took over power. So he started from a very bad place.
There is only Zool and there is only Rust.
That he said he would do about, cutting waiting lists in the health service, increasing the number of operations.
I say,
all the rest of it. So,
what was it now?
public services,
Ghostbusters reference there.
see what they're trying to do. Positioning in terms of a closer relationship with Europe, but not going back into the European Union.
Oh, this will be interesting.
I can feel this cold grip tightening with each passing day. We can see the weaponization of fear and loathing, the decimation of international law. We are returning to a pre-1945 world.
The great horrible shock of this decade has been that actually autocracy has been crowding out democracy in all types of ways that we haven't really fully digested.
Yanis Varoufakis, Gillian Tett, hello to you both. Thank you for being
Okay,
with us.
lobby. That's where people are.
Great to be with you.
Now, earlier this year, the former head of MI6, Sir Alex Younger, told us on Newsnight
I have a Pharaoh, good.
have entered a new era of international relations, driven mainly by Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. I wanted to ask you both, Yanis, is he right?
Someone's...
Consequences of that?
I tend to take the view that somebody like Trump, however significant he might be, and he's significant, is no more than a symptom of a creeping authoritarianism that has been in the ascendant.
Right, where is it?
At least the great financial collapse of 2008, our generation's 1929. And this authoritarianism...
That's the Onion. There's a guy called himself the fucking, what, OG Mayhem Onion?
Speaking personally...
Where are you?
Feeling the air, leaving a metallic taste that clings on the back of the throat, the way...
He's over there.
Trumpism is in cahoots with a rabid misogynist manosphere, not just in the United States, but in Europe and elsewhere. I can feel this cold grip tightening with each passing day. We can see the weaponization of fear and loathing.
Something's down there.
National law. We are returning to a pre-1945 world in which,
Here.
to quote Thucydides, the weak suffer what they must. And it seems to most young people that the future is not what it used to be.
Right. Is Donald Trump not simply doing... I'll come to you in a moment, Gillian, but Yanis, is Donald Trump not simply doing what he promised?
Where is this guy? Where is he?
Up to the US presidential election, which he won pretty much overwhelmingly.
No, absolutely. He's got a mandate to do what he's doing. This is a tragedy. But that doesn't stop this parallelism, which I feel in my bones, between what the strongmen of the mid-war period in the 1920s were doing. They never hid their...
Merry Christmas.
And still they gathered power and support amongst populations that had lost hope. So this hopelessness that had begun in earnest in 2008 with our generation's 1929.
Yeah, sure, man. Talk.
The failures of the left, including myself, has paved the ground for these people to advocate for misanthropy and win elections.
Gillian Tett, is Sir Alex Younger right? What do you think?
I think he's absolutely right, and I would agree with Yanis in that the way I put it is we are indeed looking at a gigantic back to the future moment, back to the 1930s.
Sorry, when you say back to the 1930s in many ways, that is a big statement to make. What do you mean specifically?
I was trying to talk to you, bro. What was the point? The point is I got a free rollout, and it's like, what, you know, it's part of the game, dog. Ooh, he had a pretty good gun, too.
And extreme patriotism, otherwise known as nationalism, which is what
that's going to be the lowest I've ever got.
After 1929. And we're seeing all three of those elements appearing, not just in America right now, but also in parts of Europe. Secondly, though, and one of the biggest and most jarring shifts
Free loadout again. Yeah.
explosion of what might be called geoeconomics and hegemonic power, dominant power politics. Albert Hirschman, an economist, wrote a brilliant book about it just after World War II, analysing that interwar period, when he talked about the incredible importance of hegemonic power politics. Big dominant countries using economic tools like trade policy, not so much just to promote their economies, but actually as a tool of political power games. And this bundling together of politics, economics, trade, military...
Here we go again.
...all into one gigantic transaction.
Here's the thing. In this game, I'm typically, like, play super quiet and safe. And at some point, it's just like, screw it. I want to have a bit of fun. You know, I want to go out there and start shooting people.
I suspect it will continue next year. And that was absolutely what we saw in the 1930s and what the post-World War II era tried to move away from.
Yanis, haven't Donald Trump's interventions on foreign policy been successful?
Well, not just successful, triumphant from his perspective. But allow me to casting a more broad gaze upon 2025 and do it in terms of global events, where Donald Trump was a key player, maybe the key player. The first upset or momentous event is the Russian victory in Ukraine. Not so much against the Ukrainians, but against Europe's leaders. Because for almost 4 years now, the European Union and NATO have been engaging in a perilous double game. They committed rhetorically to a Ukrainian victory, which were materially unwilling to bankroll. And now we have a decisive Russian victory, which of course was mitigated by Donald Trump. The second momentous event.
I'm going to pause you if I may. I mean, we have not got a peace agreement, a peace proposal. You're describing Russia as having been triumphant in Ukraine.
It has been triumphant over the Europeans. The Europeans have no strategy for war. They are not prepared to bankroll a war that they prefer to this kind of peace that Putin and Trump are engineering, and they have no plan for peace either. So that is a decisive victory by Putin, and with Trump helps, over the European leadership, the European Union and NATO. This is my assessment. But there are two other dimensions or upsets that supplement this, and Donald Trump is central to that. The second one is that I think maybe you will find this also controversial. China has won the trade war against the United States, first by weaponizing its dominance over rare earths, and then defeating the chip embargo through the mobilization of its technological machinery. And the third upset, which completes this trifecta, in which Donald Trump is central, is Donald Trump's victory against the Europeans when it comes to the tariff war. You know, remember the scene where Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European
Where's that?
Commission, is being humiliated in Donald Trump's golf course in Scotland, effectively committing to $1 billion of investments from Europe to the United States, and a complete collapse of the European position on tariffs. If you take these three victories by Putin, Trump, and President Xi of China, then I think you begin to see my point of view that 2025 is going to stay in history as a very pivotal year, where the old global order has been well and truly torn asunder.
I want to come back to tariffs a little later, if I may. Gillian, your assessment, though, of Donald Trump's foreign policy across 2025.
Oh, shit.
Well, I echo what Yanis has said to some degree. 2 points I'd make, though, is Anne Applebaum wrote an excellent book recently, The Commentator, pointing out that we all thought after the collapse of the Berlin Wall that essentially we were entering an era where democracy crowded out autocracy, in the sense that gradually Western democratic countries the world to the way of operating. And in fact, the great horrible shock of this decade has been that actually autocracy has been crowded.
I got 4 shots left.
In all types of ways that we haven't really fully digested. And the reality.
Where is everyone? Why am I the only person running around here?
This concept of hegemonic power politics.
Fuck it. Where's the Bastion?
Dominant global power politics. Essentially,
Watch, I'll find a goddamn humidifier now, won't I?
Global dominance, but by virtue of the manufacturing systems it controls, because it has all kinds of sway over key choke points over things like rare earth minerals. America has hegemonic power because the dollar is reserve currency, and essentially it makes America dominant in global finance.
Okay. I hate to admit this, but I have to live.
Tech hegemony, in my view, i.e. digital hegemony, is still being contested between the two. When you look at the world in that framing, you realise what's really going on here, which is China and America are battling for control. Russia, in some ways, is a side player, although parts of the American strategy is united to feed European affairs partly to Russia, partly to the EU, in a kind of battle between them. But it puts countries like the UK and EU in a very weak position, because it really is about hegemonic power, and the UK and Europe doesn't really have that right now.
Before we move on to talk further about tariffs and economies, I just want to...
Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I'm stuck? Oh, shit. Shit.
At the beginning of this conversation, and you believe that that is driving a lot of policy on the international stage. Why do you think that is?
Fuck!
Comparison of our era with that of the 1930s, because masculinity was part and parcel of the rise of fascism in the 1920s and 1930s. Think of Mussolini, think of Hitler, think of the idea that the body politic was somehow infected by impurities that had to be cleansed, and part of those impurities had to do with women entering the workforce, not staying at home, So, one Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to make you great again, as long as you hand over to me your voice.
Are you fucking close? Oh, you fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck.
You empower the great man in order to do things.
Ah!
Masculine power internationally, and secondly, to cleanse the body politic of the United States.
Oh! Oh!
Feminism, from everything that stopped America from being great in his own deluded mind.
Come on, don't go, don't go, don't go.
Was once great, and he's going to make it great again. But this is, you know, the product.
Merry Christmas. How are you?
You can hear it in the language of Viktor Orban in Hungary. You can hear it in the language of Le Pen, of Jean de Line in France. You know, there is a...
Why do you stream simultaneously? Trying to watch you play. I've got Yanis talking shit at the bottom corner. It satisfies my very short attention span. That's why.
Then austerity for the many, creating discontent, the left failing to harness...
I'll turn it down a bit. Oh shit, I got out. Nice. I think I already have that though.
to take over. Of course, start betraying even the working class men that have lured into their alliance. But then it's too late.
Yanis, is it a failure of the left to keep calling Donald Trump a fascist?
I already have it, yeah. So we're selling that.
You know, calling a spade is always important. The problem with Trump is that he doesn't fit in exactly the fascist mold of the 90s.
Oh god, the stash is full. Okay, I need food. I do actually need food. I am getting hungry.
I never believed that we of the left have the right to surrender all those people. My duty, as I see it, is to connect. Now, is this impeded by...
Recycling the craft materials. Is that it? Is that all it does?
Maybe. But then a spade needs to be called a spade.
Julian, do you connect? I was going to say, I'm very glad that Yanis raised a point about the obsessive use of masculinity as a kind of meme to project power on the part of the Trumpians and others. Because it's much easier for a man to say that and be taken seriously rather than women at the moment. I mean, Yanis has written a book about all the women in his family who've been very strong influences on his own life. But I really would urge all the men who are horrified by this trend to stand up and call it out for what it is, which is at best political masculinity, at worst sometimes outright misogyny. And there are many
kettles. I think I need those. I don't know if I need anything. Okay, bro, I'll catch you later on. I'm going to go grab some food. Yeah, but cheers for watching, bro. I always appreciate it. Take care. Right, okay, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to get some food. And then I'll probably be streaming back later on. So, yeah, so take care, people. Thank you very much. Bye, bye, bye.